Hello, my name is Paradox. I'm joined with Slade for the Xi'an show match before our grand finals against the Pangolins and the Lemurs. Slade, how are we feeling about this Xi'an show match?
Feeling good. I'm very interested, obviously, to see how we have Met and then SLP both trying out Shion. So the main focus is going to be Shion in this match. I've heard a bunch of interesting things about the character, mostly that she's pretty fun. I've heard some people thinking that she already needs some buffs to her a little bit. No, what else have you heard about Shion, Paradox?
I've heard literally nothing, only people on Twitter complaining about the character design, but I think that
Yep,
happens with just any female character that comes out in this game, but that's a
so
discussion for
true.
another time. Uh,
It's also so true.
Me when I
Yeah,
verge on getting a little racist and a little misogynistic about a character, oops.
yeah, that's Twitter.
I
Um,
love Twitter. No, but I'm really hoping that she ends up being a flex DPS and not just like some chud hit scan.
I know, I think she will be. She does have like a hit scan, like kind of fire and abilities, I'd say, but with her just flanker role with like that extra help from the health packs, I think that's just a sign that, she's gonna be a flex DPS. I think that's gonna be played by flex DPS, um, so I think it makes sense because the last DPS was a hit scan as well, so um,
Yeah, and then how do we feel about this map? I haven't had a chance to actually play the map, but just from like a walkthrough of it, this
yeah,
map seems interesting.
it does. It's very pretty. It's very detailed. I love the attention to detail. Like, it really just feels like you're in like Japan, I guess. The music is really cool. Um, it feels kind of like short to me just on first like run around. I'm curious to see how the teams are gonna take some of these angles and where they're gonna set up. And how I guess the teams just take advantage of that.
Mhm.
So yeah, we'll see how they both do.
Yeah, and then these lineups that we have so far, we have the defense with Panini on Orisa, Met obviously on the Xi'an, and then Keegs on the Soj, and Wind on the Muyang, and Lobster on the Mizuki. I'm a little confused by SLP not being on his character, but
Yeah,
that'll surely fix itself.
surely.
Come back here. My arm
Um,
starts to hurt.
yeah, we're seeing Frost on the Naga right now. SLP's gonna be on the Shion eventually. And then
Hopefully.
soon to TP them out.
Me when
But
I cheat in the show match.
yeah, true. It's just gonna be on that Mizuki, and then Warhawk's gonna be on that Ana. So both Mizukis coming out here, which I think is fitting for this map too. Um, Fitting with Shion for sure. We're gonna get started here.
One. Attackers incoming.
Okay, we're TPing on the spawn. I'm a little confused about that. Shoreline Pie looks like he's about to fall here. We might be taking an off angle to push through this choke, or no. Frost pins in onto the Mega. And there's a TP from Rue.
We're going very low.
Frost pins in on Lobster and gets spun by the Orisa. It looks
so
like Frost
ugly.
falls here. SLP soon to join.
Yeah, SLP is just gonna get picked off by this Met, and Frost just gets isolated so fast there. So that's gonna mean first fight, just defense win for, I'm just gonna call him Team Met, I guess.
Team Met.
Yeah, Team Met. Yeah.
Team Met, Team SLP. SLP falls dangerously low there for a second. And Team SLP is struggling to find purchase on this first point. Frost pins in on the statue. And it looks like we tried to get a TP play onto the point with Rue, but it just didn't work out how we wanted it to. Frost pins in on the back line there, and Warhawk falls to Keys. But Keegs is traded out by SLP. And then Rue is traded out by Lobster. This is a messy, scrappy fight.
SLP's taking this still angle on 3P.
Oh yeah, we have the Xion 1v1 that Lobster ruined. Interrupting the 1v1.
Yep. The Mizuki is really good, I think, against Xion. When you want to like take these angles on Xion, the Mizuki just denies it, and she doesn't have that sustainability. I think, like, I guess like Anran would.
Oh, Frost gets the pick onto Keegs, and the wall comes out from Rue. Rue and SLP are both dangerously low, but it doesn't matter. Panini falls on the Orisa, and Net is taken down by Rue.
Great
Lobster
play.
gets taken down by SLP, and that is a first point victory for Team SLP.
Yeah, great wall by Rue. That falls off. Wait, I did not see that.
I didn't even know there was
Off
an
the
area
map
that's
somewhere?
off the map on this.
Slash hit by a who knows?
Oh, the train! I forgot about the train.
Yeah, it was the train.
Oh, the train.
Yeah, the train that
Okay.
should have been a bullet train, but that's a discussion for another day.
Discussion another day.
Rue is getting spun by this Orisa, and Orisa gets anti here, but Panini finds a kill onto Rue. The Mizuki ult comes out from Dish, and so does the Soj ult from Keegs, trying to find value on this. Panini, Frost finds Panini, and SLP finds Met. Warble finds Win.
I really like these angles SMB is taking. Also, Shion's ult voice line is so loud. Like, it's really interesting. But yeah, just good value with that ult. I feel like it's kind of hard to survive in Shion's ult. There's no good usage.
I agree. Frost looking for a play with the pin. Doesn't find anything yet. But we do have a Xion 1v1ing the Keegs that Wind interrupts once again.
That was good by Wind.
Rue looking for a TP play in the backline here. Wind finds Rue and Keegs finds Warbler. Met finds SLP with the ult. The Mizuki ult comes out from Lobster here. And Frost falls last, staggered a little bit from his teammates. It looks like Team Net is going to take an aggressive angle here.
Oh, I just got hit by the train spectating, so that's kind of. Oh my god!
See, that's why they have
funny.
the traffic lights.
It's true. We're really gonna have to pay
pedestrians.
this light as they're playing up here. For sure. So when it turns red,
Dish
you
falls to Net.
Met early pick
Over-
on Dish. He's free to go wherever he wants now. With
Wind
that
falls low, has Suzu Force. And it looks like Keeg is looking for some kind of flank play in the train hallway. He's up on that, slides out.
Yeah, they're just waiting for that Dish pass.
Yeah, we're just in poke phase right now, but SLP is trying to make something happen on this left flank.
Yeah. Sims on this off angle too. See.
Yeah, we're Oh, Frost pins in onto Panini, and the Orisa ult comes out. Doesn't find anything. The rush comes out from Wind. SLP and Warbler Hawk both find kills onto Team Met, and Met himself falls to Warbler Hawk. Frost pins in, but is outdone by the Suzu. They're looking for Panini here, and Wind falls to SLP. And that fight is cleaned up for Team SLP.
Yeah, very good picks from Warbler Hawk and SLP there. The early pick from SLP, and then Warbler Hawk kind of cleaned, yeah, Warbler Hawk cleaned that up, and then SLP is just gonna get these other two members. So very good fight win from Team SLP for sure.
And you see Wind swap over onto this Ana from the Kiriko. And
Yeah, I
then,
wanna see how each Xion gets like ult usage here. This is difficult to use our ult, I think, compared to other DPS.
Oh, crossbow fully to Met.
Ah. Okay.
We have no presence on the cart from Team SLP here.
Yeah, SLP is kind of,
SLP is kind of forced into a corner here. We see a TP play come out from Rue, but Win sleeps it, and the TP gets broken. And Rue falls right easily. Warbler also falls to Met, but SLP trades out Panini. But Lobster quickly shuts down that Xion.
Cybernetics regulated.
And it looks like the Malga is going to be far behind, unless he trades out Lobster. And he does! Gosh, trades out Lobster.
and that's huge because Lab has ult here. So, and Dish already used his earlier on. Oh, Dish is actually switching it up to Kiri here, which is an interesting switch for sure.
I will say that the double flex support meta has saddened me this season and last as a main support player.
Very fair.
Ross goes for a pin onto the high ground. And Panini is walking down the back line. Big Orisa ult. And it finds Warhawk and Dish. The Mizuki ult comes out from Lobster and Nano onto the Xion. And the Xion doesn't really find anything. Except
so they use 3 ults. Okay, Team Met kind of, I mean, that's kind of all that they needed were to use those 3 ults like at the same time and just kind of wipe everyone out. Then SLP and the Warhawk are gonna have their ults, and it's gonna be it's gonna be paused. Not in vain. Maybe they still have it, but Team SLP still have. Lobster.
SLP rage quit probably.
But yeah, Dish and Warhawk are gonna fall. So I think this is. Oh, Lob is gonna be gone, and Met and Keegs are falling pretty low here. So I think I don't actually think Team SLP can get the
I'm not sure if Team Met has the touch here on the point. I think Panini overshot the punch a bit, and we don't really have anyone on cart. And Met and Keegs are both 1 HP.
Exactly, yeah. I am seeing just that one support Wind is the only support there, so that's the one advantage that Team Met has for sure. Let's see. I can look at some of these stats here too. Both Xion players getting pretty good value with the character, I think. I think we've seen some interesting flank plays from both of them so far. It's been interesting to see how they use their ult. But yeah. I do think it's interesting to see let's see. The Xion Sim is a pretty interesting DPS pair as well. I think you can make some interesting plays with that, but she's very she just can't survive that much. I mean, you even saw SLP peeking on that top section 3rd point, and you would just kind of get poked out once, and you couldn't even poke her out for anything. So I think if anything, some more survivability would make this a lot better character. I think the damage is okay right now, but I don't know.
Yeah, Xion does have a major perk where when she goes onto her motorcycle, she heals an amount, and then it also procs her health regen.
Got it.
I haven't checked to see what perks they've taken. Okay. It looks like they both took the perk that gives you all of the DPS passives, which
yeah.
They are the GM players, not me. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, the other one I'm not sure what minor perk that is.
It increases the damage that your X shot does by 20% to enemies below half HP.
Got it. Okay, so both damage perks. I think that probably the like heal from that one ability we were talking about just probably isn't enough still. I'd say. I feel like there is
Yeah, and
always like
that ability isn't really like your get out ability.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
that is your go in.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like yeah, I don't really know what people will use because like you have such a longer cooldown or like such a longer like time on your bike than her shift. Um, so it makes me like seem like it would be to like get out. I mean, now okay, we're getting back in
We're
here.
going back in. I'm probably gonna see this OT timer. Oh,
Yep.
we have people on the cart, just barely. Panini's gonna fall to Rue here, and Met takes down SLP in the back. Met gets dangerously low there and gets taken down by Rue. Dish and Rue both low on the cart. Frost gets a nano from Warbler, and we're pausing again.
Lobster lost their Mizukyo as well. Unfortunate. Because that was gonna be really good here. Oh, we also paused again. Yeah, Lobster died again,
has been
unfortunately.
taken out back once more.
Lobster back to their watery grave, only to come back again. We're gonna get back
And
here.
we're going back in. We might have a recontest from Team Met here. We are close to an OC from Keegs.
And that's gonna be the only one.
Team SLP doesn't have much to answer for it. We see Panini back on the Orisa, but immediately falls.
Yeah.
We do have Wind trying to hold their own on the cart, and OC is popped from Keegs, but it's not enough. We don't have any presence on the cart.
Yeah, I think that Lobster sitting there just kind of decided it.
Yeah, I
Team
honestly
SLP
didn't
here.
think that Team SLP had a touch there, but I didn't have the right angle during the pause.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. It doesn't look like anyone's switching anything up here. Actually, Rue's gonna go on the Mei here for attack.
Do you mean for defense?
Wait, sorry, my bad. For
You're all good.
defense.
I do think the Mei is going to be a lot stronger for them here on the defense.
Yeah, I agree. There's not much. I don't know. Like you could do something, but it's more. I don't know, Mei is just better. Same lineup from Team Met here. The Ori.
Did you see
And then
the
we're gonna see
hog
the
come
hog. Yeah, the hog.
This is creative.
It is creative for sure. I wonder if we're gonna try and like hook that Shion. Shion's gonna be kind of dangerous into the hog and the Mizuki here.
We do see Frost go for the hook onto Met on the flank and misses. Panini's trying to get some purchase on the statue here, spinning onto Frost and hitting the spear. Keeks has a rail. We could look for a pick here.
Yeah, just kind of getting poked out here.
Oh, Panini goes in pretty deep onto this Shion and Hog.
Yeah, Keeks is in
Anti
really
onto-
good here.
I'm surprised Panini lived in that room. Rue gets Keeks. And we see Met and SLP kind of duking it out on the side here.
Yeah, I like these angles from Team Met to some extent. Except,
Met
yeah,
falls
Met's
to dig.
ooh, it's just gonna be
And Panini
behind the
falls
lone.
in quick succession.
Yeah, I think Met staying there when everyone else had angles around him was good, but as soon as like they kind of crumbled back, he just got picked right away, which is gonna happen when you have your hog, and then even Mei basically against Shion, and even honestly, this is a very anti-Shion comp, I think.
Hook on to Panini. And
the
Panini
anti.
falls.
Tough. Very tough.
Met gets dangerously low, and SLP pops the Shion in their spawn. Slightly disrespectful, finds both supports. We see Keek swap onto the Echo on this height here.
Yeah, they're taking this kind of far back height. I think. Interesting. Switching to the Echo. That should be interesting. The double flex-ish, I guess? I don't really know.
We get a good amount of poke on the Warbler Hawk from Keys.
Yeah, just...
And Xion ult comes out from net, but so does the Blizzard, Mizuki ult, and Nano from Warbler Hawk.
Yeah, the Nano Xion ult was not enough against the Mizuki ult and then Mei ult and Hog ult. So it was a good try, but kind of just like
I mean, if you're Team Net, I don't think you're too upset about that. You still traded 2 ults for 3. That does give you the advantage going into this next one, but Panini falls early. And the dupe from Keeks onto the Mei here also falls quickly.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. And Matt finds Dish though, which could give them the advantage going into this next one, but Frost finds Met on that flank. Oh, big hook onto Lobster there, and they're able to finish that one off. Wins anti-death main, but they managed to find SLP. Not before Warbler trades out Win.
Oh, great wall by Rue.
Frost finds Panini with the hook there.
Yep. Yeah, it's just so hard for them to recontest here with the Hog. I think. I don't know if Hogs. It just seems like Hogs just good on this map. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't expect this first point to be so hard for attackers to take. But
yeah.
It seems like it is. The Mizuki ult comes out from Lobster, and a big ult from Panini finds Dish. The Blizzard from Rue comes out on the point, and it looks like they're going to be able to take this fight back. Nano onto Met is probably going to find this Frost, and they do.
Oh, I can just the last one.
The ult comes out from SLP, and is quickly shut down by Keeks.
Yeah.
For a second, that looked like a lost fight for Team Net, but they quickly turned that around.
Yeah. It seems like both sides just had difficulty taking that first point, and I wonder if it's just going to be just as easy taking kind of this middle area. It seemed like it was just really fast to go. We'll see. Lobster also switches onto the Lucio.
Oh, Met finds Rue on the flank.
Oh, this angle.
Oh, Panini falls to Frost with the Hog ult, and SLP kills Lobster on the cart. And we had a little bit of a motorcycle 1v1.
We have our first,
awesome.
Our first motorcycle kill by Met. Yeah,
Brutal, no survivors.
Ricardo has true. That was tough for sure. I want to see another motorcycle kill. Yeah. It's so interesting to, I don't know, cast that. Be like, I do motorcycle.
And Dish goes in aggressively with the Mizuki ult. Met finds Warbler, but finds Panini and Lobster. Win trades out Rue. This is a scrappy fight, and we get the dash out. Met falls to SLP. Wind and Keeks trying to get out and not stagger here.
Yeah, we are gonna see Keeks going onto the cast, and then Rue is gonna go onto the Emre. So both switching to these like kind of hit scan to just get some more damage. They're gonna take a fight up here, up by the train area. Very interesting. Same.
Especially with that light turning yellow. And Keeks on the tracks.
Everyone's out.
Oh, Frost takes down the Nano Xion ult pretty quickly from that. But Panini finds Warbler and Dish falls as well. They have no support on the side of Team SLP. But Frost takes down Panini and Win.
Wow. Yeah, that Nano Shion ult was just knocked down immediately again. I think it's just because of Shion doesn't have that much sustainability. So it's really got to be used like a surprise-ish ult, I think, versus there it was kind of just in the middle, and then everyone just kind of killed her. So.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more Zarya Shion. I feel like that would be
True. I haven't seen that yet. That would be interesting.
Panini finds an Anthe onto Panini, but Lobster comes in with the Clutch Suzu. But SLP is looking for a trade onto Lobster in the back here. Damriel comes out from Maru, and SLP finds Wind with the Shion ult. Dish finds Lobster,
Triple kill.
and Team Met falls.
Yeah, very good showing by Team SLP there. I think it was a mix between just like better ult usage, like we saw at a couple of points that like the Nano Shion just didn't really go well, I guess. And then yeah, just better ult usage from both sides too. Oh yeah. Like yeah, this was a very good play by SLP. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we could have had stronger team comps built around the Shion, but I am not going to shade the wonderful players in our show match. And we have SLP as our MVP in that post-match screen.
Congrats SLP team for winning. Good showing from both sides. Hope everyone enjoyed some playtime on the new map and the new characters. Soon we're gonna have after some other things, we're gonna have the final match between the Lemurs and the Pangolins soon. So stay tuned.
Hello.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the grand finals. My name is Greg, and I'm your desk host for this evening's production, and I'm joined by three wonderful analysts, Spicy, Paradox, and Wind, as we head into our grand finals match. But before we talk about the matchup between the Pangolins and the Lemurs, I want to ask y'all about the Xion show match that we just watched with Paradox. You did a wonderful job casting that, but I want to talk to Wind first because you were playing in the lobby. What did you think of that match, Wind?
Well, this match is actually the first time I saw the new map or Xion in general, so like I was like through a little couple hoops to figuring out how this character works and such. But Xion, it definitely felt like a more weird character where your ult feel like a pretty good burst actually if you're able to hit like 2 or 3 of them. It does really shred a single target, but it's not like one that you can kill a lot of people with unless you have like Nana. But yeah, the character seems actually pretty fun, especially because you can use your bike forever until you let go of it. So it's actually a pretty good movement tool as well. So I thought it was very unique playing with one as well and trying to like support it. But yeah, it felt like kind of weird at least because this was my first experience seeing it. So I was like, I have no clue what to prepare for.
For sure. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it can be really hard adapting to these new heroes when they first came out, and I think that's a lot of reason why Xion is not going to be allowed to be played in this Grand Finals match today. We've had a couple hours of prep with the hero, so it just isn't reasonable for the teams to be expected to understand how to play with or around that new character. But Paradox, you were able to spectate a lot of that game doing the casting. So did you see any exciting possibilities for the new character? All right. So we will keep going then. So yeah, so we oh good. All right. So Spicy, what did you think watching the game? You were just a spectator on the Twitch stream, but
I mean,
Paradox appears
it
to be
was
having some Discord issues, but I'm sure they'll be right back. They did show us their cat though, so that's the important part.
Yeah, that's the most important part. But yeah, the show match was actually pretty interesting to watch. It was I mean, I spent probably the first half of attack of the first round looking at just looking at the map in general. Kind of seeing how it might play, how it might look to play. But then I spent a lot of my time just watching both Xion's and now I don't play DPS, so I can't I don't want to make any blanket statements, but she seems very flex DPS coded to me in the sense that like if you're really good at her, she can be a menace. But if you're not like as practiced in her with her, she can be pretty mid. But I think it's just as people get used to her, I think she'll find I think she's gonna have a really easy time finding a good spot in the meta.
Yeah, I agree, and it seems like the value of that character comes down a lot to the bursts of damage you can find, both the bike and more so that right click. Especially once you get that execution perk, seems like a really powerful finishing tool, which I think is going to be very good in the hands of the top flex DPS players in our league, which I think brings us nicely into talking about the teams that we're going to be seeing today, because we are going to get to see some of the top DPS players in the league. We've got the Plus Ultra Pangolins facing off with the Locked In Lemurs in today's matchup, and you know, I think both of these teams have the types of star DPS players who you could see carry on a character like Xion in the form of Yak and Nesquix. But of course, they're not going to have access to that. What are we expecting to see out of these teams today, Spicy? Do you have any guesses?
I think, especially with a patch coming today, I think predictions for this for the whole game in general are a little hard to make. But I think looking at the patch notes,
certainly,
the Pangolins might be kicking themselves a little bit to seeing who got changed, who got buffed, who got nerfed. Because a lot of the more divey looks have gotten nerfed.
Oh yeah.
We saw Echo nerf, we saw a Diva nerf, Hazard nerf. But we did see a few buffs as well. We saw a Genji buff, well more like a nerf version. I'll putting deflect back to 8 seconds. But like a lot of really like a lot of the comps now seem to want to mostly revolve around ground comps, like heavy brawl, heavy ground tanks, stuff like that.
Okay, for sure. And from what I've seen, I feel like that kind of leans in a lot of the Lemurs players' hero pools. They seem to have some very good players for a lot of these ground-based characters, especially Tanic B, I think, is a standout player on the Mei. So that could be one that is really interesting to look out for. Paradox, are you back at this point?
Yes, I am here.
All right, wonderful. Yeah,
The
so
slight Discord dying, but they got a cat cam, so I think it's gonna be okay.
yeah, the exchange worked out nicely. I think everyone is happy to see Juno.
She's not here.
Juno is still there. Wonderful. So we all are happy to see Juno there. But so who do we want to keep an eye on in this match, do we think, Paradox? Looking at these two teams, I think there's a lot of great players, not just in these like high GM players, but really throughout their rosters. So what players in particular do you want to key in on in this matchup?
I mean, okay, I feel like I have to give credit to Mistletoe for being an honorary chicken for a match there, but also just because I feel like for a bronze player, like a bronze silver player, the amount of value that Mistletoe gets on Juno is insane. Like, the amount of times I see Mistletoe just get like a double or triple kill with missiles as Juno, and it's like, if you don't look at Mistletoe, Mistletoe can take over a fight, which is like an underrated thing about Mistletoe and is insane value for a silver player. Another person is like obviously Yak. Yak can just take over your entire backline on the Tracer. I know firsthand. Another one is probably Nathan. He got voted MVP, right?
We don't have MVP results yet.
We don't have MVP yet.
He was given a nomination, so
okay.
Certainly in the running.
I mean, Nathan is one of those tank players that kind of just lives forever. So that's always a problem. But I think, I think Mistletoe on the side of the Lemurs, and honestly both of their DPS, Ness, is just like a freak on the hit scan and can easily like turn a fight into the Lemurs' favor. We did, however, see nerf onto the Emery this patch, which is bad for Ness and Para both. So I do think that the patch more so affects the side of the Pangolins, but I do think players like Ness are also going to be affected by that patch.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. There was just a lot happening. Having grand finals the day of a big patch is just such a major shakeup. Yeah.
This isn't crazy.
Yeah, a little bit wild, but so Wind. How do you feel about this matchup?
I mean, if we're looking at the matchup and the especially with the day of a patch, we got to talk about some key heroes that got changed specifically that are going to affect both teams, right? A big one to be looking for is this Ramatra here, which I think Nathan does take the Relentless Form perk. At least I've seen it a couple times where it's whenever you get an Elim, you get extra form duration. That did get buffed to 2 seconds as well, so that's going to be looking nice. But some of the other characters that we might be looking out for is such as like Echo got some perks, so she gets less ult charge when she swaps, and you get less projectiles when you have your major perk with your right click. Emre, ultimate cost increase, obviously. He's going to affect both Ness and Para. Another thing we saw is this Nathan Reaper is now only going to be at 275 HP, which
Oh, that's a great
we'll
point.
see how they're going to have to do that. It might make the Yak tank and the Nathan DPS line a little harder. May got a buff as well with the range of this the M1 range got increased. And these are kind of the key things that we got to be looking out for that both teams kind of like with this new patch note. But I think we are going to be going to a map 6 personally. That is my prediction, is we're going to go to at least map 6. So I think we're going to be in for a long haul here, and we'll have to see which team adapts better with these patch notes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. I hope you're right. I'm excited for a long and interesting game like we got for last season's grand finals. But before we get too deep into our predictions, we do have a little bit of GeoGuessr that was set up for us by our wonderful Commissioner BOON1E. Helped us set this up. So we're going to play that with the stream real quick. So let's show us our first location. And I'll ask the people on the desk with me to give a second of thought before giving their answers so the chat can have some fun here. But we got a dumpster and a side alley as our first location here.
This definitely seems like at least I have my guess if we're gonna just go jump straight in.
Yeah, we can go into it.
I got
The
mine
chat's
as well.
sending.
It's definitely gonna be, I think, the Midtown where the Mega is on first point if you go left side of POV of attackers.
Yeah.
You're trying to wrap around a firehouse.
Yep. That
Yeah, I'm
is-
seeing a lot of Midtown in the chat as
certainly
well,
where
so the
it
chat
is.
seems to agree with you there, Wind. But I am seeing some dissent. There was a King's Row guess in there, so we'll see who's right. No, hit the nail on the head there, Wind. This is going to be Midtown first point. Although, is that that corner in first
no.
point? No, that's a different
No,
area,
it's to
isn't
the
it?
right room.
Yeah.
I forgot there's a second alleyway.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh yeah, this
Oh,
is right
yeah.
outside of attacker spawn.
That is a
Yeah.
second alleyway.
This is
No,
the-
I saw a clip on TikTok of that exact alleyway, and no one uses
There's some-
alleyway. I've never seen
There's some
anyone in that
devious sim
alleyway
strats
ever.
that go through there. That's all I'm
There
saying.
are. I've seen them.
All right, here's our second location. And I'm going to be honest, y'all. What the heck are we looking at? Are these just some rocks?
This is. I know where this is. I don't know if you guys want to think about it a little bit, but
I have a weird guess, but I don't have a good guess.
I could tell you what I'm
I know
thinking
where
right
this is.
now.
I know exactly where
This is, I believe, Shimbali second.
Yeah, this is Shambali second in like the underground area.
Oh yeah. You're
Oh.
I have
right.
fought many of
I
support
thought this would
as
be like-
Onron in that hallway.
Many of support, yes.
Many of
Okay.
support have died in that alley.
I thought this would be like an atlas for some reason.
I don't think there's too many
It's
rocky
amazing for
areas in Atlas. I don't think there's too many rocky
Yeah.
areas in Atlas where you
Yeah,
can
I don't
see
think
like a
there's
wall
any-
of rock.
Because that's like Monaco, isn't it? Atlas?
Yeah,
Morocco.
Atlas is in Monaco. Yeah.
Is it Monaco or is it
Morocco.
Morocco?
It's Samoa!
It's
Samoa.
Okay, yeah.
No
Interesting.
one got this in the chat.
Maybe-
I was
maybe
seeing
it's just, dark
Shambali,
enough. You
I
don't
was
see
seeing
the-
Gibraltar, but no one was given Samoa.
Hey,
It was
in our
probably the lack of
defense,
torchlight.
no one ever walks out of that door.
No.
No.
Samoa's my favorite map in the game, and I still had no idea this was there.
They had to have reused the assets on those rocks. I'm calling it.
All right. Well, we'll see number 3 real quick. Oh, that's iconic.
It is, but I feel like it might be bait.
Oh, wait. That's a good point.
Oh wait, isn't
Yeah.
this is on the new map. I think
I don't think it's on the new map.
it's either on Hanamura or the new map, or maybe Hanaoka.
I think it's Hanaoka in middle point. With coast to your right,
Oh.
it's on the left side.
Yeah, not on
Oh.
coast. Yeah, the inside of the map. I could see that. I could actually see that. Because it doesn't remind me of Hanamura. Or else it'd be like, what, Hanamura spawn? Or
Yeah,
different
it'd be
Hanamura
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 second
second.
point.
Second.
Yeah,
I think
I
this is
thought this was
Hanaoka.
Hanamura second.
Yeah, this is
I
this
think
is
it's- I think it's Hanaoka.
I feel like Hanamura
To-
is too crazy of a pull. I feel like most people
No.
started playing in Overwatch.
It's
too.
definitely Hanaoka because of the wall coloring. Because like on Hanamura, it was like there's like patterns on the wall, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh.
This doesn't have any patterns. I think it's very flat, which is what the Hanaoka is.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Well, let's see.
That's-
Is this Hanaoka? No, this is the new
No,
map.
this is the new map.
I
didn't
knew
even see
Wait,
this.
Paradox got
I didn't
it.
even
I
see
saw
this
a
on the
tweet.
map.
I saw a tweet about it. I knew it. No one
Oh
had
my
faith in me.
God.
I knew it was the new map. I
They
knew
are
it.
a knower.
Mark
That's so
my words,
impressive.
Matt, I knew.
This just came out today, and you already know the little side rooms.
I don't
I
even
just
think I
saw a
saw
tweet.
that while playing in the show map.
I certainly
That
didn't see
across
while
my screen.
observing for it.
I've been paying
Oh.
attention to the Shion tweets, okay?
That's totally
believe it.
fair.
Place Japan.
All right. I think I know this one.
Oh,
I
this is,
think I
this
do
is,
too.
Okay,
That's
we'll give a
Wait,
second
this
for
one-
the chat, but I'm pretty confident. Personally, I think this is Atlas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Atlas. This is this is the map where it's like the point is like the 4 doors with the corners being walls, and it's like a diagonal. You're kind of imagining it. On
Wait,
the
like
other
the-
side of the point.
Or
that's-
like the
This isn't. It's not the coast points, and it's not the one with the water on the ground on the objective. It's the other one.
yeah.
You
I
see what
know
I'm
that.
saying? It's not the coast points.
I don't necessarily think it's. I think it's on that side, but I think it's closer to the spawn that's over there.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the point. On like think of like the objective as a square, like the whole section of the map.
Yeah.
It's like on the other side of the objective, on that square of the sub point. I think.
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't got this level of specificity in my brain. Like, I'm just like, the
You
vibe is
have to
Atlas, so Atlas.
envision
Greg,
the
you gotta
whole
pay attention to the
map.
map.
I'm here to shoot my gun, y'all. Like, I
I'm here to
ain't got
shoot
that.
my gun. I like that.
Let's see. Is it exactly where Wind and Spicy said it was? Or Wind or Spicy?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
It was.
Yeah.
Let's go. Damn, y'all impressive out here.
The Thinker. If it's a map that's been out for at least a year, I'll figure it out.
Dude, really
If it's a
impressive.
Well, I did not get Samoa, and it's not
Samoa.
Samoa, and it's not Samoa.
No one got Samoa. No one got Samoa.
No one got Samoa. That one
Yeah.
was people.
But all right, you might know the maps that have been in the game for at least a year, but Paradox got the ones that have been in the game for a couple hours. So
Hey,
really,
It was the
two
real
more.
ball.
that's Thanos.
It's
I don't even know if that map's been out for. Okay,
Oh.
I mean,
it's either.
this is
I'm
just games
feeling
that
like
are
a Horizon.
maps that are like actively in the game.
I'm
right?
feeling.
I don't
I'm
actually
feeling
know.
a Horizon Lunar Colony.
That's what
Yeah,
I was
I-
thinking.
I'm feeling that too, but I'm so worried it's bait again.
Like,
Why do
surely
I
it's
feel
just
like this is one of
Gibraltar,
the
right?
spawn room? I feel like this is
It's
one of
either
the spawn
Gibraltar.
rooms.
Where in
The-
Gibraltar is this glass though?
The thing that makes me think it's Gibraltar is the fact that the camera's wires are cut. Because Gibraltar got, like, attacked, right?
That
like,
is
that's like
fair.
a lore thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know where it would be though, because it's not in spawn for attacker first. Where would this be in Gibraltar?
This might be that top right room right before the end of first point.
Oh.
I don't know if I see any glass when you like walk up the stairs though. Look to the right.
Yeah. I don't...
I still think it's Horizon Lunar Colony as a
None
wild
of the
guess,
glass
but
looks like that on Horizon Lunar Colony though.
I haven't played on it in so long. So
Horizon Lunar Colony got
removed
removed from the game before I even started playing it, so...
See, like, okay, I am an Overwatch 1 veteran. I feel like this isn't Horizon. I'm probably gonna end up being wrong. I feel like this is one of the spawn rooms on Antarctic.
Antarctic. Ooh, that could be a good shot.
Yeah, crazy pull there.
Okay.
That's
I could see it, but let's get the
Let's
get the
find out.
reveal
Let's
here.
find out. Oh my goodness gracious, we are on Horizon Lunar Colony.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it was Horizon
There's
Lunar
no
Colony.
way.
The pull. I
This
figured it
still
out.
like there's still files for this in the game?
Yeah, you could still select it in custom games. I'm
It
pretty
was
sure.
in one of the April Fool's events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the one
And-
game
and in
mode where
Overwatch
everyone
Classic.
is Winston.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Everyone
that.
but no one is Winston.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also in an arcade, no? It's like
Okay, but
they
Yeah.
do two
those are
CP
The
maps.
assault maps, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I knew it though. I was telling you. I don't think it's Gibraltar.
Dang, that's crazy. I didn't think. I don't think about this map because I didn't
You
start
never
playing the
played it.
game until 2020, and I think it was already out of competitive by then. But that's such an old map. But that is going to be the end of our GeoGuessr segment for the day. So, thank you everyone for playing. I hope everyone in chat had fun with that one. I think that was a really good time, and thank you to BOON1E once again for putting that together for us. I think now we're going to move into our predictions. So I'm going to hit the show predictions button, and I hope everyone is ready to have a nice civil discussion about our predictions, and no one is going to go too crazy for their team, right? I don't... Surely. So we'll put them all up here.
But
So we've got our predictions up on the screen, and we have nicely segregated the screen such that the people who voted Pangolins are on one side and the Lemurs believers are on the other. So
I thought it was the red. Your team this season was red or blue. I thought that was kind of like the.
See, that's what you'd think if you didn't already know. But
yeah,
we are in fact divided between Pangolins believers and Lemurs believers. And personally, I'm the only person here who was not expecting it to go to 6 maps. I'm a big time Pangolins believer. I've been gassing TC up in his DMs all season. And I really think this team has had a great season. They've been getting pushed a lot in the playoffs, so I don't really blame anyone for not wanting to have confidence in them at this point. But I really think that they have overcome the hurdles, and they are just running... are gonna run into this grand finals with a lot of strength and confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I'll be honest. When I made my prediction, I didn't see the patch notes in full yet.
Yeah, I did make this prediction before the patch notes.
knowing the patch notes, I still think the Pangolins win. I saw someone put it in chat a little bit a few minutes ago. My mind is telling me Pangolins, but my heart is telling me the Lemurs. It would be a great Cinderella story if the Lemurs won, but the realist in me is saying the Pangolins. The Pangolins have just been more consistently good,
yeah,
all season compared to the Lemurs. The Lemurs had a pretty decent start, kind of fell off in stage 2, and crawled their way back up to a number 6 placement, number 6 seeding, and that's nothing to scoff at. But I just think the Pangolins have been just more consistently better all season.
All right, yeah,
Can I jump in off of that, or
yeah, go for it.
So yeah, I mean, I can agree with you, Spicy, for the regular stage, but the reason I personally voted for the Lemurs here is, so far in playoffs, the Pangolins have gone to map 5 with every single team, with it being the Firebenders, the Chickens, and the Specters. So I've chose to go with more of a Lemurs, as it's been consistent, but these last 3 matches that they've played have all been, it could have gone either way, which is why I've been less confident, at least with it being a sweep per se, or like a 4-1 for the Pangolins. I thought it's going to be more. It could go one way or the other. It could be more of that, since it's been a little shaky here for at least their playoff run.
Yeah, and I mean, I also am a Lemurs believer. I think this patch is really strong for the Lemurs, and it hurts the Pangolins really badly. I think that is a very significant factor in this match. But also, I think that the Lemurs have had way more decisive wins in this playoffs run, and they are definitely running off of that high way more than the Pangolins are. I mean, the Pangolins have been fighting tooth and nail with the 16th and 15th seed so far.
I think that was a really fake 15th seed. I'm gonna throw that one out there. I think the Thunder Chickens were really good for your seed.
I can agree with you there, but fact of the matter is, it's still 15th and 16th seed. it's still like not the greatest look for the Pangolins to be going to map 5 against those teams. And I just think that the Lemurs are going in to this grand finals match with a lot more momentum, a lot more passion. The patch favors them. There's just so many factors in the Lemurs' favor this game that it's kind of hard for me to find any belief in the Pangolins at all, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I had done this prediction after the patch, I definitely would have given at least one extra map to the Lemurs. I do think the patch really favors the Lemurs. So I can really see why they've got a lot of believers, and they've been looking dominant throughout this playoff run. Off the top of my head, I know they 3-0'd the Astronauts in their last game. They also, I believe, 3-0'd the Kiangs in their first round matchup. I can't for the life of me remember their second round matchup result, though. Anyone got that?
Let me
see if I can bring it up really fast.
I got the public sheet up here. Give me 1 second.
Let's go.
Their second match in quarterfinals was versus the Astronauts, and it was a 3-0 for the Lemurs.
Oh, they played the Raccoon Dogs for their
Raccoon
third.
Dogs.
For quarter for semis,
Yeah, that was a 5-map banger, if memory serves me, but I was very busy casting a different 5-map banger when that one was happening, so I didn't get to watch it.
I think that the Raccoon Dogs were also like a really good match for the Lemurs to go into before facing the Pangolins, because in my mind, the Pangolins and the Raccoon Dogs are very similar teams who play in like similar ways. So in a way, the Lemurs got built-in prep in their scheduling. So.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense as well. So. But we are getting things ready in the lobby right now, so it looks like the Pangolins have loaded in, so we are just waiting for the Lemurs there. So should probably go for some closing thoughts here from the desk. I see that the community does favor the Lemurs, but it's a very close matchup, so only 54% support on the side of the Lemurs. Should be a lot of fans of both teams in the chat here. I'm really excited to see this matchup unfold.
Oh yeah, this will definitely be a very, very close game. Very, very close game.
Yeah, I do not before the patch. I really did think the Lemurs Pangolins had this on lock, but I think the patch throws a big wrench in Pangolins believers. So we will see as the Lemurs are now loading into the lobby what happens here. So we are now going to go to a short break, but we should be coming to you all with the match in just a moment with our casters, as just about everyone is ready in the lobby. Don't go anywhere. The first map will be starting right after this.
And hello, everybody. Here we are. Welcome on into the BOON1E Bowl, our grand finals for Season 10 of Aurora Overwatch Clash. And joining me today is going to be Corey. And Corey, we got ourselves a good game ahead of us. We had ourselves a split desk in the predictions, both of us, in fact, going the way of the Lemurs. But I'm kind of leaning the same way as community, where it's like 54%. This patch changed my prediction. Yesterday, I had Pangolins in a 4-3, but today I swapped it over to the Lemurs for a 4-3. And you're kind of talking about how potentially watching that Riddle or watching the Rome Raccoon Dogs game with the Lemurs sort of changed your mind about how this match might have gone.
Yeah, I know both of us were on the same team this season. We played them, I think, like around week 5 or 6.
You did. I didn't. That was the game
Okay.
I was gone.
Yeah, we played them around week 5 or 6. Before they kind of seemed like they found their footing and started running, their look on the Sigma and the Torb / Cass, look a lot. And once they found their footing, like we've seen in the playoffs, they've been pretty dominant since the last group and the playoffs. And I think that, like you said, with the patch today, it gave me definitely more confidence. And also just seeing them play against the Raccoon Dogs, they were able to answer to a variety of different comps, like the Ball Tracer, the Orisa, kind of like Emre. And I think what I was saying while we were muted was that kind of a sleeper pick to watch out for is, and he is in here on map 1, is Adam. The Adam Mizuki was absolutely ballistic in the semifinals matchup, to the point where the Raccoon Dogs had no answer for it other than to ban Mizuki so that they would sub Adam out on map 5. And ultimately it didn't matter, but I would say, especially with the Mizuki buffs today, 100% going to play that. And as we see here, we are getting the signature comp I was talking about with the Sigma Torb, as well as the Mizuki. Now, it's interesting to see the Mizuki Brig. I don't know if that's going to be enough healing, but kind of the copy and paste Pangolins comp here. Looks like we're going to be getting perhaps an Echo. If not, then the Genji.
Echo's banned, so that's why Tanapy feels pretty confident picking this Torbjorn up, because now this kind of counters out Yak's remaining hero pool of that Tracer, who did receive a slight nerf in this patch, as well as the Genji getting a big buff. So we could see Yak sort of back on that signature character here in the grand finals, but going against Nextworks on this cast, Adam Os Mizuki, it's going to be tough for Yak to go in and out and find some good value here on the Genji, but very slow lighthouse control right now here for locked-in Lemurs, wanting already to get into a spot where the Sigma can thrive with some good angles right now taken by Pulse Ultra Pangolins. Getting marked a little bit here by Nesquik, but taking a significant amount of damage here. The Cassie has to play slow here a little bit. Tampy's turret is taken down, but Tampy as well falling very low, has the overload just in time. Nesquik's trying to find Yak, but doesn't quite have it in time. Deflect is up in time for the Genji, but Nesquik finds the pick regardless. The Deflect perk not online yet for Yak, so the healing not quite there. And first pick and first flight here going the way of locked-in Lemurs, and they have control of cages now for the Sigma to just hang out with the Casty.
Yeah, so going on what I was saying, the Bunker Brawl style comp that the Lemurs play is just so dangerous, especially with the break. If they get that Inspire perk, get that extra Inspire uptime, combo that with the Mizuki, I'm not really sure what the shift, the like step thing, that could be, you could be cooking there with that.
The step away there dodges out Yak's little charge in with that dash, but right now Nathan playing on top of this lighthouse, looking to drop in, but look, this bunker is nigh unbreakable now. Nathan trying to find an angle to get anything going, but Nesquik is there to mark that out, and Adam as well with the Kenkai Sanctuary will make this unpushable here, and Para down. Both DPS have fallen on the side of Pulse Ultra Pangolins, and it looks right now the locked-in Lemurs have got some ideas and got the thing to shut this team down, as they just can't find anything on this map.
Again, showing why you and I were so swayed in the Lemurs' favor after the patch notes. They're playing, like we were saying in the break, not right now, but basically almost all of their starters got buffed on their main heroes, and the opposite of the Pangolins.
Despite the plus 10% ult charge here, Power is going to have that over our protocol online here, going to get counted out with the Valkyrie as well from Jack. Love being pushing here, but Aurora is just kind of bouncing up and down on this point right now, not allowing the flip to come on through. Nesquik still holds on this high noon, looks for a pick here potentially on the Power, and Power caught with the pistol out, but gets whipped right back to spawn. And right now, Jack trying to get some damage over on towards Jack. The bomb is forced on Nathan as well, can't get into Lighthouse as they just lost on health. And now Tampy going hard to the backline here with the overload. And now here comes the Molten Core on point as well. Yak forced to recall. 3 on top of Lighthouse for Pulse Ultra Penguins, but they got to this point here eventually. We do have Adam just sitting on top of his Torture here. Yak cannot find a position to get in. They have Flux ready to go here from Rika, looking for it here on Nathan Parr has a missile, however. So early pick here for Pangolins. Jack 1 HP, but gets the fly just in time and survives. Nathan there with the peel. We do have them finally come through the DPS for Pulse Ultra, finding 2 on their side. And despite Riku's Flux, it will be a flip here for Pulse Ultra unless Tenby has a miracle up their sleeve. But Jack with the Resonant Power should just be enough. The flip comes through. The numbers are still favoring Pulse Ultra, but Riku's still standing with Tenby. They don't this fight right now.
Yeah, this fight's still going on. Mistletoe getting found by Nathan, who had time to stabilize and look for a flank angle. But
oh, Nathan came with mech here.
They used 3 ults that fight, but they're already back basically to another 3 here.
Nathan lost mech, but Riku not opting for the stall here is in fact going for the kill, not going to get it off, so Nathan halfway to that mech just now. Mistletoe does have the rally here for the engagement here. Yak finding a nice pulse bomb to end that final big skirmish. Pokemon Guy will have this use of the Casino Rush here, but who's going to take advantage of this one right now? We have Par on the high ground. Maybe just Nathan right down Main Street. We'll see where Side Invest is on in. But Spore almost nearly online here for Locked In. Could be the game changer to finally seal this up. They do need to realize that Nathan is just close to Mecha, but they go fast. They can fight with the Divas not positioned to hold the space and allow Ari to get in the spot they want to be here on Lighthouse. Oh, the rock on a crusade for shut down! Gets an early kill, a nice stun for Mistletoe as well! Nathan moves out on the Mecha, now just Jack in the Casino Rush trying to keep the point alive here. Jack pops out with this Valkyrie, but Par has fallen. Jack may be looking for a little use of the resurrection here. Goes for it. They don't know. Hold on, there's Nathan behind me, lying high noon here from Nesquik, though, with no mech to stop this from coming on through. Jack trying to hide from the point, gets shut down. Now to Nathan, half HP, but Torture and a rock there to meet him. Yak has returned the fray here as well, but forcing the Blinks to get in the cage. Nice little flash there from Nesquik, and Adam shuts that down. Some nice use of the left click on the Mizuki, and now the Molten Core to just save him off for a couple things here. Power comes in, has to have a miracle, but not gonna have it, and first point goes the way of Locked In Lemurs, and might I say, not swept their brow there, as they just built the ultimates and got there at the last final second. The Pangolins, you know, we're seeing in chat right now, Corey, and I agree with them, they're just not adapting at all this playstyle. There's some counters here, they gotta use them, but they're just not picking them.
Oh, we kind of see that as the storyline of the season, and I was pointing that out, you know, just about 10 minutes ago, how they really struggled basically on a lot of their maps recently, and that's because they in my mind, they really kind of only put everyone on 2 separate heroes, right? And they're gonna need to dip deeper than that, because the Lemurs are a lot more flexible than what initially meets the eye, and that they've been, as I said, in the Raccoon Dogs matchup, they had to flex those flexibility muscles, whereas I don't think the Penguins really have had to do that recently.
Let's imagine how good a Lucio would be right now for Nathan to get in behind the Sigma shield, knowing they don't have disengage. They have the Mizuki and the Brigitte support line, so no real easy disengage tools here for the Lemurs, but instead often plays more pokey style with their Rissa with no real speed or ability to get in here, but it just allows Aurora to just kind of hold the space for free with the Sigma cooldowns, because Nathan forced away. Oh, Nathan! Just barely stays on the map there for a second. Almost a nice move from Mistletoe, but Nesquik finds power early here. Yak on point for Street for now, but Canopy's turret still is a nuisance on the side, as right now Aurora continues to maintain the space. Nathan is rocked and sent back towards the spawn, and Locked In Lemurs continue to hold. And we're just seeing that Nathan has no opportunity to get in on the Sigma.
Again, like you were saying, Lucio would be awesome, but I do not think that the Penguins actually play Lucio without D-Blank in. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I mean, how hard is it to hold L shift and go green mode? I don't know, man. Like, Jack is a massive support player, should be able to pull that out, you'd think.
Wait, hold on. You see this new UI on the health pack here?
Oh yeah, I did see that in the show match. It is pretty nice, but one thing that's not nice I'm seeing right now is the approach the Penguins are taking at this point right now. Nathan half HP in the corner has to just play super slow.
Try it again. It'll work.
Here comes the Valkyrie here, up from Jack to push things on forward here. Par close to the override protocol, but Adam will have the tank sanctuary to stop Jack down early here. This
turret is putting in so much work.
It's not even the 6th man, this is the 7th man, the 8th man, this is everything right now for the Lemurs. This turret is going ballistic, but we got LeBron sighted here. I can't believe what I'm watching. The Lemurs are just dominating this series so far.
Yeah, can I get a damage check on Tanakby? We've got basically 3 members.
Tanakby has less damage than Para, but it's more sustainable, you know.
We've basically got 3 members of the Lemurs putting in at or well over 10k per 10 damage.
You have Consumer here, out for Pokemon Guy on the side, High Noon out from Nesquik, not gonna find anything. A lot being used, but not a lot being found. Kankai Sanctuary out to negate Power's ultimate. The Flux onto Nathan has the ability to get out of that. A nice rock. Yak goes down. Mistletoe. The distraction walks on in, forces it. And now Nathan floating away. If they can get these kills here, this could just be the map. 83% and counting now. As they just staggered here. Pokemon guy getting walked down now, has to get back towards the spawn room, but Par's in a tough position, getting walked down by 5 members of the Lemurs. Par is down, Jack doesn't have the beam to keep him standing. Yeah, comes in here, tries to get in with the dash over on towards the point, but 9% and counting here. Oh, he's on the hook, and the rock will shut the contest down! And it's 100-0 right now for the Lemurs on the map pick of the Pulse Ultra Pangolins. With the hazard ban as well, you'd think this would be a good spot for him, but just this DPS duo, Tanapy and Nesquik, we need to see the May from Tanapy, and just devastating there for the Pangolins.
I was gonna say, okay, I did the last Lemurs game. I don't remember them playing Hazard. I think they might have played it on Atlas for like a point, but it's basically just been the Sigma look, and the Sigma look has been so good for them.
Ari has a hazard as well, which is insane to think about. You got some other looks to go off here. But just, I mean, Adam putting out 12k healing on the Mizuki.
What did I say before map 1? What did I say?
The
Keep an eye out
Mizuki.
for Adam.
That's what
The Mizuki is so dangerous. The Raccoon Dogs banned it map 5 of the last series, and we see putting out, what was that, like 13,500% healing on Mizuki? That's insane.
Yeah, absolutely insane showing here from Locked in Lemurs on our first map of the series. Whoever thought we had ourselves I mean, Greg is sweating right now. The form prediction's looking pretty rough here. We're going to need the Pangolins to lock in on their side now and just run 4 straight. But we'll have to see where we go for map number 2.
We already have it.
We do have their map. It's going to be Eichenwald. And we saw this against the last time as well, against the Spectres. Yeah. And it was just, was it the Spectres being bad, or the Penguins being a little less bad on this map? I'm surprised we keep seeing these weird match choices from the Penguins. We've not seen these like at all the entire season. But they're just pulling out here in the final set, maybe thinking like, oh, they have the VODs on our other maps, but we can just pull these out and
put the Gibraltar in the bag, little bro. Come on.
Because yeah, even if you win Eichenwald here, Lemurs will just pick Circuit or something. Like they will take Nesquik to a sniper map, and your Gibraltar is gone. Yep. Yeah, we're going over Eichenwald. We'll see the bans on its break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. The BOON1E Bowl, the grand finals of season 10 continues after this short little break as Locked in Lemurs look to make a 2-0 start. And welcome back, everybody, to the BOON1E Bowl for Overwatch Clash Season 10 here. Locked in Lemurs and Pulse Ultra Pangolins. Locked in Lemurs taking our first map of Ilios in a fairly decisive manner. And now we're going over onto Eichenwald, which we saw last week against the Spectres here for the Pulse Ultra Penguins. It was a map that ended up taking home the W on. But these bans we're talking about are kind of interesting. We have, you know, the Mercy ban coming through here for the locked-in Lemurs first, forcing that deep link sub in here early. But honestly, if you're going onto Eichenwald, you're going to play this more brawly style. So the Lucio is probably a really good idea here, actually, for the side of Pulse Ultra. And then the Cast ban on the other side, we're questioning, you know, yeah, Nesquik was having a great performance on the Cassidy, but that's like Nestle's like third best hero so far this season. Because now you just unlock the Emery here to go, and Power will swap up the Emery here over on the Sojourn. Yak now on the nerfed Echo. We have a lot of questions here going on for Pulse Ultra.
Why, if you're planning on playing Zarya, why not put Nathan on DPS and put Yak on Zarya? Am I crazy? Get that
I think
map
that
out
would
of the
probably
way
be the
early.
way to go. I mean, maybe you want Yak to be on the Echo first map in particular because
But Mercy's also banned though, so why not put Yak on tank?
And you want to know what's really bad here? We're going to finally see a tank be Mei here on the buffed Mei, which is the increased range on that M1, the faster freezing on the non-tank targets.
I mean, we
It could
frequently
be
said
an issue.
Danik B is not only the best Mei in Aurora, but definitely by far the best walls. And having that extra 20% reach, that's gonna go really well with the Lemurs and their aspirations here.
We see the swap of the support line here as well over on the Kiriko, on the Juno, with already now onto the Sumatra. A nice wall. He says Nathan here on the side, but has to be able to get through that left room. Yak is controlling the bridge area, but they've kind of just negated the Echo's sightlines right now. Pokemon guy forced to get away, but Nathan finds the first pick here on the tank. Be a good start here for the tank of the Pangolins, taking those Mei walls out of the equation. And now Nestor's forced to for now. Support line is kind of stuck here for locked-in Lemurs on the side. Seikana maybe has a TP away. Looks like he already goes in to try to get the peel, but he gets punished on the backside. Pangolins looking a lot better here on this point so far, getting the picks they need. Nestor finds one. That's all they're gonna have probably on the way out.
Yeah, almost found two, but Nathan with a good bubble and Pokemon guy to prevent a second pick. I think if I'm the Lemurs, I just need to slow down a little bit, take a breath. They had a really good engage at the start, but then you saw as the fight evolved, it kind of fell apart. Just look for that initial Mei wall, and if you're the Penguins, look for the keep your positioning.
Para's kind of stuck here, no slide, but the Mei wall comes out, almost kind of saves Para's life there from Tanikby. We have an awkward approach now for the locked-in Lemurs as Nathan continues to hold this space for now, has the bubble as well, ready to be unleashed on towards the Echo here. Nesquik's on his off angle, looking at Pulse and Sun Dancer for now. Oh, Para! A nice little shot through the charge. Fine, Nesquik takes that one down. Wall will get Echo on the side, but a big grab. Finds the two people you need here, the Ramatra and the Mei. Duzu is forced, and Tampy will still fall. Locked-in Lemurs have no answer right now, as Nathan and Yak looking huge on this defense. And we're seeing just how much better this team looks with the Lucio in play. Able to walk past the aggressive staging of Ari, just get its backline, put some pressure on.
I'm thinking something fishy's going on here. I think that they might be trying to look for like an ult stack here, but again, they oh,
okay. Great exchange though, as the Kazuras are changed here on the point. So they kind of forced to get on back, but it's a 2-for-1 exchange, make it 3-for-1 now for Pulse Ultra, as Nathan in that Casino Rush melts him on down the high charge. And here we go, 1 minute left in the time bank, and really looking good for Pulse Ultra. Good little bounce back here for Leos.
gonna really need to rely on that Mei ult in conjunction with the Ram ult, I think here. It's ticking down closer and closer. We're hitting the 1 minute mark here, so this is essentially last fight. So we'll see what happens.
Walking in here, nice little slow here on a Deep Link. Deep Link's in trouble. Deep Link has a beat and invested just the right time. Over to Ray exchange. A lot of Qs being pressed right now. It's chaos on the point, but Champion's forced to block early here. This still has well 1 HP, but Mistquick finds the first pick out of all this. Yak with duplicate annihilation here will exchange a 1-for-1, but Power from Misto, a much better pick here for the Pangolins. Then they can find the Tank V as well, so no more Maywells, and Yak on the high ground will get exchanged on out. Trying to find one here on the back end is Ori, but a great ball from Nathan keeps the Kiriko standing, and Nathan coming alive here, the hero. It's a 3-1 on the point with Ori with no form or ultimate in sight. And here looks to be a full hold for the Penguins. 14 seconds, the tank just respawning.
I don't know if they're going to be able to touch. They're going to run into a 100 charge Zarya and Echo on the other side. Oh, but the Doomfist.
The grab in the background on towards Tanpy. Has the overload. And Suzu from Psychonic. And Deep Link down. Hold on. It's going to one exchange here, but down here loose to compare the Torbjorn could be a huge pick. Nesquik goes up on the high ground. They find Para, and somehow they turn this. Nathan and Yak on point. Who else do you want than this dynamic duo? It is just going to be Yak against 2 here. Nesquik with the stim shuts it down, and somehow they get this through. It's like Kana with a massive Suzu, keeping Tanic alive, and again they're going to town surge. The locked-in Lemurs still have life on Eichenwald.
Perhaps their worst-looking fight led to their best result.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened.
That was horrible, but maybe, you know, they thrived in the chaos and facing a comp swap from the Penguins in response, but Lemurs just going back to what they started on. Emery going to Zoe.
And now Nathan swapping over on the D.Va, seeing that Ari's going to go back under the Sigma. We just saw find a pretty good amount of value here on towards Ilios, and Nesquik back on the Torb, just hammering the turret on, bringing LeBron James home. But we'll finally go on down, but still continue to push this car from the underpass. Just try to negate Yak's sightlines for now. Still cart, still moving. Stay kind of close to the casinos. Pokemon Guy will the match. Pokemon Guy goes out first over there, having a slight advantage. But Nathan messes up the messes up the flies. I might get stuck in the Mega Room, but Par finds 2. Look at all the assists. That's a complete team effort. They found Pokemon. Hold on. They found the support line. Wait, hold on. Support line's down. Nathan's 1 HP as well. Champion just moving the cars. Panic Beast.
Oh my goodness.
Just hitting the left click legend, I guess. Just find the kills they need. It's like Kana. Keep the team steadily on point. How are they waiting to find the locked-in Lemurs?
LeBron James was there too.
LeBron James from the corner on the current. And now has the Moan Core as well for his touch. Yak will have the duplicate Para with the with the overclock. But right now, luckily somehow make this fight work. Nathan gonna get rocked. Can eat up this ultimate right now. Moan Core on the point. Para with that overclock. Can't be down. They have found Thanos. They shut him down. They brought forth the Avengers. And now here come the picks here. It's 2 here for Pulse Ultra. Do they win this one? It looks to be the case. They're gonna hold it just to find a moment here. 4.25 meters. And Point B is all stands in their way.
I think if you're the Lemurs, you gotta be happy about forcing out that late clone there, duplicate from Yak. I mean, you're coming into this basically just going into B. I'm gonna ignore D.Va Bomb because that'll probably just be used as a remake. They can build this overclock or even this Juno ult to pair with the Flux.
It'd be dangerous because they don't have any shield here for Riku, and D.Va knows that instantly locks in this beat for his aggressive play. Yak on the side finds Nesquik. A great opening here for Pulse Ultra, and that's going to find the picks they need. A solo Flux on D.Va doesn't even find the kill, as Riku is just stat padding on the point at this point. Finds one out towards Par, but Echo in the sky. Yak continues to maintain dominance in the cloud line, and right now, Pulse Ultra hold them at just in the B here, and sets up a nice win condition, take us to a tied series 1-1.
I mean, you can't be upset about the end result if you saw the
oh god
what it was looking like with even 10 seconds left on the clock. I mean, we're gonna have to like look at that back again, because how did Nathan solo grab a Torb with 100 energy and not kill him? They stowed override as well. Oh,
or whatever
okay.
it's
So
called.
you had the
Overrun. Hey chat, what's the E called for Torbjorn? It's like over something.
Overload?
Overheat?
I think it's overload.
I'm pretty sure it's also overload, but Greg is claiming overheat, and he is the only main DPS player in this call right now. So, all right, Fish says overload. I'll trust Fish.
I'm pretty sure it's overload.
I'll put my firstborn child's life on Fish's expertise.
But anyways, it's definitely going to be a lot harder to push into it. As you were saying on Ilios, the struggle was the Pangolins weren't able to like aggress onto the bunker brawl, but now with the addition of the Lucia, they were looking quite good. However, you're gonna have to get through Tanikby on one side and Nesquik's Emery on the other side.
I will say Nutier's gives us a third option, actually. It's overload. Has anybody thought of this before? But Now we'll see what they decide to go for here on the aggressive push. Same exact comp on the defense side as the attackers. I said it in reverse, but who cares? TNP is able to maintain control here of the turret inside this small little main tower. Just keep it out of Yak's sights for now. And like I said, Seikana with the swap over on the Mizuki is interesting. They are playing this very slowly because now Yak has free reign the entire point, power taking angles as well. Mizuki does take now for the locking link. They don't find an early pick here, as Aurora doesn't have enough shield to go around them. There's not a Dominus shield coming out of the Sigma's butt anytime soon, and Misto down early. And Seikana down here low as well. Could be a support line falling for locked-in Lemurs. And now, this is the Penguins we want to see the entire series. 2 down, 2 up. As they just walk them on down right now, not letting them take any space. As Pulse Ultra gets point A in record time. And we're looking to a great start for them on Eichenball on their attack side.
Looks like they, you know, regrouped after map 1, figured out what they needed to do differently, and are executing that very well. Almost had the full hold. But not quite. And however, I've seen some really promising time banks and pushes just kind of die with no no warning on the second point of eye.
Well, the DPS duo for Locked Lemurs just finds their opposite numbers. Misto does go a little too aggressive though, and just get kind of caught out here by Nathan. Nathan is jumping off the point, but slowly descending. Doesn't catch a spawn wave. But we'll probably get back before Misto. Misto is still on the way back from the spawn, hitting that little shield bash to get the movement going. But Yak will do, and Nathan will swap over onto the Winston here.
Oh, I'd hate that.
In the Mizuki, Sigma, it's going to be tough to play. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Nathan. But this high ground is going to be tough to take regardless. And, okay, Seikana just taken down early here by Yak. Nesquik's opting in to use the override protocol, but this playing underneath there's going into this little castle here, not allowing any sides coming through for his ultimate, so Nesquik just throws that ult in the wind and finds nothing, and Kart continues to move. Nathan hopping on in here, and Yak gonna find the duel onto Tampi. The dueling echo beams in the sky goes the way of the Pangolins, and now the 4v5 on this cart. Nathan doesn't miss the jump just slightly here, so now Yak alone on the high ground, and the miscoordination there. Papara coming out with the override is going to get complete negated with the Kankai Sanctuary. Papara just hit the slide on away, the slide in the DM sends Seikana's dome right back to spawn. We have 3 critical members. Ori smelling blood in the water, goes on the hunt, but Tommy Bow from Nathan keeps the team standing in this. D-Blink has fallen. It's chaos here on the point, Corey, but finally D-Blink comes through. I mean, Yak is 1 HP on the cart, but gets the healing with that perk, or with the pistol just in time, and now Tampi gets shut down. And they're going to get it, and they're both ready to pull. This could just be another map victory here. Now Penguins looking primed to tie the series.
I do think they get another touch, but like you said, it's not looking good. Even if they lose this fight, they're still at 3 minutes.
And now Concerna here on the point here for Pokemon Guy. D-Blink pulling on the beat just in time they need it. Nesquik's forced to use the Wraith Form on point very early here. And now a duplicate Sigma here from Tanby on the point. Misto with the rally, but Riku has fallen. They've lost Ari. In the background here goes Nesquik, but has no Wraith Form to shut them down. And Nathan, the Primal Rage, is my white boy, she's little Korean right now. And now the duplicate Flux gets deleted from Tanby. And that's going to be a second map and the first victory here for Plus Ultra. And we're tied 1-1.
Really, nothing more you can ask for. You saw the number 1 seed go down the map to start off the series, but they answered right back with their own map pick, changed up their comp, changed up their roster, and it was looking pretty much as dominant as the map 1 victory from the Lemurs was. And they've already picked
Circuit.
Circuit,
Gibraltar out of the pool.
looking to get Gibraltar out of the pool, avoiding the same mistake that was made by the Spectres in their semifinals matchup against the Pangolins.
And we'll see what those bans are after a short little break. Don't go anywhere, gentlemen. We got ourselves a series tied up 1-1 here in the BOON1E Bowl Grand Final. Just getting started. You want to stay tuned. And welcome back, everybody, to Overwatch Clash Season 10, the BOON1E Bulldog Grand Finals here. We got ourselves a series, ladies and gentlemen. We're tied 1-1 here, going into Circuit Royale. And the bands coming through, it's going to be the Baptiste band. And then we're also going to have... Hold on, give me a moment. Bap and Emery are both banned here, with the Lemurs taking the Emery out of the equation. But we saw Para looking really solid on the Sojourn. You know, coming into the series thinking like, oh, you know, Emery's kind of Para's bread and butter so far this season, but still has the raw aim potential to bring it through. The only issue is, though, they take a Circuit Royale, so they take Escort out of the pool. No more Gibraltar available until at least map 6 for the side of the Pulse Ultra Pangolins. And you've lost your Emery, and now Nesquik's going to go crazy on the hit scan here. On the Freya here, showing a different... I was surprised not to see the Widowmaker, but Nesquik's on Freya is still equally as scary.
Yeah, like you were saying, I mean, I will admit I was completely wrong on the Nathan Yak lineup on map 2. You know, they impressed me, but yeah, like you were saying, Para honestly played better on the Sojourn, I think, than the Emery, and we'll see him looking to play that again here. But
I think just into the Sigma in particular as well, the Sojourn just has so much more value. It's breaking that shield down completely. It's like going playing Sigma or Sojourn to the Domina, right? It's just constant pressure on the shield. Now with Ori on this Ramontra here, can start closing things down. The only issue here is you're going to have Nathan off that signature hero of the Reaper on the Divas, matching Tanify on the Mei. But looking going pretty well so far as the corner is still being held. Tanify forced to butt. Para down early. Nesquik find the opening pick on the Freya here. And another massive wall here for Tanify. Isolate over on towards Yak, but Yak with a timely shield will keep himself standing. Still, base being taken here onto the bridge for locked-in Lemurs as Pulse Ultra Penguins are conceding a little bit here. But now Nesquik has full sight lines here on the roads of Circuit Royale.
I was going to say at the start of the map that the Nesquik's Freya is very interesting. And, I played against Freya in comp recently, and she's still very powerful as long as you don't, as long as she's not pumping.
Early block force here early on Nathan here, but Nathan does have the Blizzard. Chucks it in the second to get Tanvik. Will be able to match her, but they're not going to use it actually. Riku and Mr. are both frozen. A huge use the element here. The Blizzard on Nathan is massive. Deep Blank investing into Genkai Sanctuary here on top of it, but I mean, both core ultimates for the Blizzard. Potentially a little bit of overinvestment there for the side of the Penguins, but they want to make sure they hold point A for now.
Both support ults and Mei ults. You're maybe thinking you can get one of those back now, because when they come in with the Ramontra ult and the Kitsune Rush, it's going to be so deadly. The increased punch speed is going to hit like a truck.
Oh, by a nice wall from Nathan. We'll stop in a little bit here. Both of the Meis are forced to use their blocks. Already flying very low here, but Hazardation just walks on in, knowing Nathan has a block, and just takes him on down. Para is going to use the overclock and finds Nesquiks. A 2-for-1 exchange now, as Jax sustains with the help of their own annihilation. And right now, Pulse Ultra are continuing their stellar hold here on A, as we get to Missile with the Orbit Array to break things, find the open for him. But Pulse Ultra will have some answers here coming up momentarily.
It's looking a little scary, but if you look at the ult charge, Tanify heavily gapping Nathan, as thanks to Ari getting that opening kick on
Overray comes through, Para down. Sojourn is now out of the way, so now Ari being a lot more enabled to go on in deep as they're pushing Yak in the starter here. Suzu from Saikana keeps him standing, and now Jack just slowly floats down to the point to get ragdolled right back to spawn.
40% again. Literally just used it.
I can't be doing that. I was gonna point out there before that fight in particular, Jack himself was out healing both Saikana and Misto combined, but that last fight they're bringing them back to a much more reasonable gap in the healing numbers.
Goodness.
So look at the ultimates coming online here for him. They're gonna have this Blizzard, Sanctuary, and Raid nearly online here mid-fight. Let's not try to stack them up this time. But Tempe has the Blizzard here early. Could they know this little timing here and get an Ice Perk? They will do it right onto Yak, and Yak is frozen up. Over to Ray, though, from Jack come through. Does Yak sustain? Yak cannot! Just barely 1 second off the block! But the overrate from Jack still enabling the Penguins push forward and find Tanify. And now Nathan comes in with the Blizzard of their own. Great use of the Sanctuary here as well. We'll keep them standing, but yeah, they've lost Ari in the back end. If they get another pick, the Sanctuary would be worth it. Jack going deep to find Mistletoe. Nesquik's maybe finding Jack. No, Para there for the peel. But once again, they use these 3 ultimates in exchange for just the Blizzard.
Triple stack for just Blizzard again.
They
did also use Frail, but they're going to be coming in with another Kitsune Ram ult.
Casino ran out ready to go here. Yak 50% away from theirs. See where they decide to go for this one here. A little slow in the back line, forcing D-Blank in Aqua position. Can be forced to block here early, so nice advantage now for Pulse Ultra. Casino Rush comes out here, but Para unloading this overclock. Nathan down, Mistletoe laying the torpedoes. Both of them are coming up, but Yak's finding way more value in the back line. Very even exchange. Both Rams are down. It's just Nesquik's. D-Blank taking a little bit of danger. Para might fall. Para, nice hat comes out from D-Blank. And now the Aura will keep Para standing. Nesquik's using the bowl shot. Not going to find anything there. D-Blank down. Para 1 HP. Nathan back with the block, but now Para has to slide away. Seikana's on the hunt, but Para staying alive. Para finds the kill! Somehow Para survives that engagement. Will go down, but found the most valuable pick in this fight. With Seikana down. Nathan taking on down. Does Yak have the block? No, they do not. Despite their best efforts, Para almost clutched it up with D-Blank. There's simply too much there as Nesquik continues to mow him on down on the Freya. And Tanpy has another Blizzard. There's not a Sanctuary this time till the layer on top of it. How do the Pangolins approach this fight?
I think you have to approach it with just a very fast denial of the high ground with the speed ring and the Juno ult. Get that Blizzard out. Hopefully you win it by having better ability usage. But I don't know if they're going to be able to. It looks like the Lemurs just aren't even interested in taking that fight right now. And they're just still getting car progress.
Well, they're plenty happy taking the slower approach. We do have Nesquik going in the back, forcing Para in an awkward spot. Blizzards are exchanged here now. D-Blank is rolls on up, and Tampy's Blizzard finally finds some value. They're going to find 2. Para is looking for a pick on the back of Tampy's little mark. Yak on the point, doing it very close to this annihilation, but can't find the pick on the Seikana, and Seikana lays on down. Jack flies on in and will take it. Seikana with multiple here with those kunai, and now Seikana close to another Kitsune Rush. Nathan has the Blizzard here for the contest, but do they have the numbers?
Keep an eye on this Freya ult here. I think this is going to be the deciding factor. I think the Freya might force out more ults than the Penguins are hoping to use.
Oh, Para 1 HP here on the high ground, trying to find a pick, but not going to find it. They do find Ori on the point, however, with the Blizzard from Nathan shutting down the tank. And that's just going to be another fight victory there for the Penguins. A much more economic exchange there. Nathan finds value on the Blizzard and takes down the tank.
That was quite economical. Nesquik's getting spotted out here. But a nice wall from Tanic to get some kill. And you're coming up on another... Again, another Kitsune
The use of the bowl shot, and that's what just taken down Nathan with a long-range icicle. Shut that. So you start to invest more into it here. Riku throws on up with the help of the perk. They find Tanpy on the side, and now Riku forced retreat. He's not trying to concede the space instead. Next to swap over on the Cassidy, but Riku can get froze up here once again, and Nathan continues to melt and pelt this tank on down, and Seikana not far behind. 30 seconds in the time bank, but the Ultra here and Pulse Ultra look to be primed to hold here on point C. They're still going.
This May ult though, they're gonna get another touch and they're gonna have May ult for it. But Nathan, look at this Ultra. This might use Blizzard the whole fight later.
Oh, nice wall. I guess Ori, and then the freeze here as well. They're just holding the doors. They're not gonna get a touch here, Corey. The Blizzard comes through, but that's gonna be nearly enough as Yak finds 3 in the choke with annihilation. And 84.67 meters is all the Lemurs are gonna get here on Circle Royale C, as Pangolins look to lock in a little bit more there towards the end.
0-2.
Is it too early to say? Is D-Blank the like communication answer for?
I think it's just not play Mercy. I'm gonna be real with you right now.
Right, but they looked like lost on Map 1, and ever since D-Blank's been in, they've been taking a lot more confident fights and a lot better angles. Engages and disengages. Obviously, you know, perhaps over-ulting at times, but...
I'll take one missed off angle compared to using 3 ultimates for a single Blizzard.
Right.
But it worked out in the end. You did get the hold. You didn't get the full cat coming through. Zuccarello is tough to full cat, but Penguins have got the answers they need, it appears, so far on this test. Next quick's off the fray here. We'll match over onto the Sojourn. Try to put a little more pressure potentially over on towards Yak's shield. But look at this. Jack will show the Wu Yang here in the spawn. Do we stick with this?
I hope not. I don't think Wu Yang Mizuki is going to be enough.
Just no speed, I think, is the problem. Because we also got to look at the stats here. Jack is having a great showing on the Juno here. 4K heat, 4K damage, and 11.1K healing. Just outperforming Sekana, you know, on the Kiriko. You should think that they have a little more healing, but in fact, it's going to be the Juno here for Jack. But Jack is sticking. No, okay, Jack going over back onto the Juno. Speed ring, I think just a little bit too valuable as Rem Mirror to lose.
I'd like to see the Lemurs take more advantage of the Suzu, having that advantage over.
A lot of space being given here, Corey. Surprising with the May hold. They're giving basically the entire first corner here for free.
I think they're trying to lean on something different, and that's to let their highest ranked player, Nesquix, try to get a little bit more poke in before they give up such a close envelope.
Go for this. Jamming down! Yak finds the opening pick on the May. Now Aura's left to dry here. A great start for Pulse Ultra, and that's where just losing that first fight on that first corner is going to be the entire point gone now, basically. Yeah, that's point A already gigging here. That's Pulse Ultra. Just walk on down the spawn room, basically, at this point.
Yeah, you can give up the space, but you can't get first pick if you're going to. You can only do one. And leading for 5.5 minutes time second.
5-minute time bank here. Nathan does use a block, but has Blizzard already online. Look at that difference between them and Tanby's ult charge. And you can see, we're not expecting this one at all. Sekana down, no Suzu, but they haven't exchanged 1-for-1. You'd think that ult find a little more value. They're winning the fight on cart as well. As Riku with the form on point, just melting and pelting down the support line here. Para against, how do they win that fight? They lost Sekana early, and they're still winning this one on the point. They just negate the ult entirely from Nathan, and somehow they brought this back.
I was watching Ari when they dropped a cart, and D-Blank had a little bit of a mishap with the weird call. I'm gonna call it on Mizuki. Ran into a palm tree on accident and got taken down by Ari. And as for the rest, I don't know. I think he just crumpled from there.
Now the ults are here for both sides here. Tanic with the Blizzard ready to be unleashed at a moment's notice. Para having a little trouble here finding the value on the Sojourn, find the build on the overclock. But now, nice little use of the over to right. Tanic B does go down, but does not get Majaxed. Para still 1 HP. Yak goes in deep here in the backline with nice. Mariku has found multiple in the backline of their own. Yak just fighting on this card here, but the 1v3 affair. D-Blank is down. Just trying to get back for the reset. Yak trying to get one for the road, but Sekana is there with the support of Riku, and they have started the hold here on point B. Once promising time back has dwindled down to 4 minutes here, and still haven't got up the hill at all.
It might even be 3 minutes by the end of this fight. It's a lot of ults coming online here soon for both teams. A lot of support ults in play here. 2 from the Lemurs, 1 from the Penguins. I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of the support ults were used.
Nathan off angle here is forced to use a block very early. Yak is nowhere near his team right now, as Ori just continues to fight inside of this Tenkai Sanctuary, and now Nesquix trying to shut down Power's overclock, but overclock not finding anything but some May walls in their face, and Riku with 3K, 3 pummel punches, sends them packing, and we're seeing a bit of a disconnect here between the side. Yak is running way away from the team, and the Tenkai Sanctuary is on point, and left him dry when it just walked on in.
I want to highlight something here, right? So they've got Nesquix going from the high ground where he's at right now, and then he slides over to that main high ground where Tanic B is mid-fight, and that just allows him to get infinite pressure.
We're seeing Nathan almost waste the walls.
Yeah.
To shut off that up, and now because now Tank has a free wall on their tank.
They're scrambling. They're noticing that Nesquix is just destroying them every fight now, and they're trying to make something happen.
Nice Blizzard here. Para comes in trying to help on out and gets the kill on a Nesquix. Annihilation here out from Ari as Yak getting melted and pelted from all sides. Team exchange here, but Riku coming on in with the annihilation as they've got nothing to respond with it here. Nathan very low, no block, ready to be unleashed. Finds Mistletoe, but just Para against the world. Jack is there, but gets slowed in with no Suzu. And we're just seeing a much more decisive plays.
Jack on the Kiri now means no more speed for
we're seeing
the Pangolins, and it doesn't look like it is, but it's a very long walk up this hill. Trust me. And with the okay, great opening pick there for Nathan to shut that down. No more Casino Rush build here. That was an ultimate they were close to building here mid-fight. Aurora knows that this goes in deep. The overclock and the Blizzard as well. Downside Kana, no problem. DPS also bring us through and bring us home. Oh my goodness.
As Nesquik's fighting too with the overclock and the Blizzard to shove on down.
That was Paradox on the desk right before the game. Take a watch out for Mistletoe. We've seen that in multiple fights now where Seikana falls early, but Mistletoe is doing more than enough to not only keep everyone alive, but also get picks in the fights.
Yeah. Jack left the casinos, but Seikana be able to match. Yak does have the United here ready to go. And there's just nobody who can get to Nesquik. With no speed, you can't shut down Nesquik at all. He can just sit his high ground for free. Casino Archery Power slides in and looks for a kill on a Nesquik. Next with 1 HP. But doesn't go away. Power is also 1 HP with the torpedoes from Misto. Riku has fallen, however. The picks are here now for Pulse Ultra. As look to walk on down. Sakana on the cart. But this should get another fight here on the cart. Nesquik does get Power.
Finally wins the 40-second 1v1.
But look at the Ultra Pulse Ultra. This should be an easy cap here on B. Just don't invest too much here. Check out point C to capture.
It should be, but remember that last fight on Eichenwald? On the first point? I don't know. Something crazy might happen. They do have Ram and Juno. If they
I'll take this one Tanopy right click to end this. Slow the back line on towards G-Blank, but G-Blank has to really get away. Oh, but Nathan's frozen up! Still fighting this one out here. A lot of ulti press, a lot of Qs coming out. Yak going on top of the nation, but Ori has him one much later. Par with the overclock. Just melts down Ori in that ultimate Par with 2. They invested all
for 2. And they only have a minute 30. They could essentially draw this out into one fight, wait for them, take a close fight, and then wait until they get towards the end here, and stack that Blizzard with the OC, and with that, like you said, without the speed and without the Sanctuary, there's no answer to these DPS ults.
I mean, honestly, just go run and die on card if you have to right now. Just waste this time. Yeah. Don't use ultimates if you're don't use ultimates. You're gonna maybe want that Blizzard back here, especially if Yak survives this one. That's what's going on him.
This is a huge stagger.
But Jimmy's dead! If Jack falls here, it'd be worth it, but he does not, and now Par's on off angle. Par has a great angle on the side, but Nesquik has a better angle as well. They're still waiting this fight out in the choke. Now 45 seconds remaining in the time bank.
Yeah, there's gonna be 2 more fights here.
But the Penguins have nothing in terms of ultimates. If they just take this slowly,
they can make this last fight. They're going into Nesquik's on the high ground.
They kind of can get the rush soon. Wall out early here from Nathan. A nice freeze on the Ari. Does Yak froze up? Riku fallen! Overclock out from Nesquik's on the high ground. Looking for a pick or two. Trying to bring it back to last fight territory. But a nice slow from Yak. Gets both DPS and takes him on in. Power is down. He's like 1 HP. But these 2 players cannot get staggered anymore longer. They have to die now. Jack up Casino Rush here. They break the... And Nathan Blizzard. This could be doable here for Pulse Ultra. Very doable, in fact.
This is very doable. Ari's scaring me a little bit. Just really close to card. You don't need to touch yet. You want to force them into your side. Like, wait even longer, honestly.
Nesquik's on the bastion. In the Casino Rush. Nathan 1 HP, but big torpedoes out from both these Junos. Par has a good angle on the high ground, however, and a big Blizzard! Just shuts down any contesters, Tampy down, and now Yak will follow up with the annihilation! And they brought this from the brink! Pulse Ultra clutching up at the end! And why did you ult in the choke? Why did you ult in the choke? It makes no sense! You could have made it last fight! And Yak hits on the question mark! Lets him know!
I don't want to say this, but I will. Tanikby just lost that map. 100%. Lost that map for the... Not only did you use the Blizzard, you didn't even kill the Ramatra. I think for the Lemurs, you're gonna have to take this break and like think, because they're looking completely different than how they were at map 1. Map 1, they were so coordinated. They played well together. They were taking rotations as a 5-man stack. And now they're just using ults willy-nilly. They're completely split.
Yeah, with that being said, was over onto the desk to break down our first of action. Extremely close series now, Corey. 2-1, Penguins with the advantage. But let's see what our desk has to say. Nice size break. We'll see you after this.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the desk after 3 very exciting maps of Overwatch. I'm Greg and I've got Spicy, Paradox, and Wind with me to talk a bit about the first 3 maps that we just saw. So what are we thinking after 3 maps into this series with a 2-1 lead for the Plus Ultra Pangolins?
It's been a heater. It's been quite a heater. Yeah, I mean, I felt very big on the Lemurs after map 1. That was a very good anti-dive look from them. Yeah. And I'm excited to see if they have any more tricks up their sleeve going into the later half of the series here.
For sure, the Torbjorn was going crazy on map 1, but map number 2, the Pangolins really seemed to find their rhythm a little bit more. What did we think about that Eichenwald?
I think we trolled our ban from the Lemurs. I don't like the Mercy ban. I don't like it. But also, like, I just don't think that's a Lemur map. So, like, I think if you're the Lemurs, you're fine with losing Ike. I don't know if you're fine with losing Circuit, because I'm going to be honest, it didn't really feel like the Pangolins won Circuit. It just kind of felt like the Lemurs lost Circuit. Like, they made a lot of mistakes. And a lot of picks happened that should not have happened on that second point. Because Ari was holding that down on that second point hill. And we're just, Tanic and Say are just getting picked off. And that cannot be happening when Ari is putting up a performance like that.
Yeah, Wind, what were your thoughts of that?
Currently looking at least all 3 maps, I feel like map 1 and 2 were the most decisive victories, where this third one was going to be the closest, and it did lead into the Pangolins winning towards the end. So I feel like both teams are slowly starting to feel each other out, and now these next maps, I'm predicting them to be a lot closer, to be more like the Circle Royale we just saw after we're kind of figuring out what both teams kind of want to play here. So my prediction is that regardless of the outcome, it's just going to be very close going back and forth matches.
For sure, and I'm really excited to see that. But for now, we have a nice halftime show here. We've got Fish here ready to break down some replay codes on Eichenwald. So, Fish, what do you have for us here?
Yeah, so we obviously just saw the Pangolins winning the Brawl Mirror, which I think is a little unexpected, but this is kind of what we would consider their stomping ground, right? This Echo comp. You see here, like, we're about 2 minutes into this map. I think this was a really important fight. You know, both teams, this is staging to be a huge ult fight. And we see Tanic getting a huge pick here, right? We're up 1, and then Tanic, we just die with block here, and this fight is just over before it really even had a chance to start. And the Pangolins end up, you know, not only winning this fight, they win the next fight as well as the huge ult fight. Which then leads into this weird Doomfist fight that, you know, I know the casters were kind of confused at what happened here, but it's kind of like, you know, the grab comes out to Tanic B. They're looking to get that Suzu'd, but then Ari just walks in, gets a pick on D-Blank, and we're just up 1 already. And they do get a trade, but they have the point control, they have the angles, and they're able to clutch this one out. So with some really good Doomfist play. We don't really see much Doomfist in Aurora, so it's exciting to see kind of a Doom gamble pay off for the Lemurs. Later in this map, we see Nathan swap over to the D.Va, which I think was a really good swap. Nathan wasn't able to always make it work. Like this fight, if Nathan was on another character, he might be able to clutch this fight out, but he ends up having to back up because the D.Va, and they end up losing this fight, surprisingly. But I think later in this set, or later in this map, is when we see the value from the D.Va really come through. Especially next to that Echo. I think the D.Va and the Echo have really good synergy here with the angles from the Sojourn. Nathan gets a quick pick first to start us out, and then Yak on the weak side, finishing this fight up. This was kind of the most important fight of this second point. It's kind of hard to win this when you you know, have a 40 seconds to get to the point, have to do that long walk up. This ends up being the last fight of this defense. Beat engage, Yak on the flank, gets 1 on a Nesquix. I think the Nathan Yak connection throughout this whole set, I think, especially on these last 2 maps, have been very crucial for their comeback. You know, obviously they got crushed on map 1. And I think, you know, it's up to your leaders, it's up to your playmakers to calm everyone down. Say, guys, we got this. We are the better team, and can start to really play make. I think we're gonna see more of this Yak Echo, even with the nerfs. I just think it's so strong. You know, look at this 5 sticky cross the map or point over for the Pangolins. It's just so hard for the Lemurs to do anything about it. I think maybe playing that Kiriko obviously would help. I think Mizuki Brig is probably not ideal, especially into what they're playing. We see I thought Nathan did something interesting on this map. He gets 70% ult charge on Zarya, ends up resetting, and then decides, you know, I like Winston into these specific characters. You know, I mentioned the Mizuki Brig. I feel like Winston does well here. You know, there isn't a Kiriko, there isn't a major person who can, you know, run away from you. It's just 2 people, two support characters with not that much movement, not that much sustain, and you're able to get a lot of value on this Winston. We see Nathan, look at this sync up from Nathan and Yak, right? We get a jump up from Nathan zoning, and then Yak winning his 1v1. We saw this on stream, but I am going to get a quick replay. This was kind of disgusting. Ew. W tracking, W Kovacs. And they find a quick advantage here. They try to do it again. This time it doesn't work. Nathan gets booped, and this time they're able to take care of Yak. But even with that, Nathan able to get his one there. Ends up just playing his life, playing safe. Para got that kind of miracle pick that we saw. And look at this Nathan helping his team. Look at this bubble. Blocked all of the Sigma damage. They end up finding blank, but Nathan trades out this Sigma. Kind of a genius bubble. Really hard to do that, on purpose, but very well done. And this map kind of was over at this point. You have the rush, you have the beat. You're looking at the opposing ultimates. There's not much. There's the copy. You're probably not going to even have time to build the rally, right? So this is just a very good position the Pangolins put themselves in. Rush, really good early tempo. And Nathan in the perfect position, zoning the backline. Whips out the primal soon. Just waiting until he has to use it. And there it is. Into the rally. Getting crazy value here. Great primal from Nathan. Very good map from Nathan. I think, especially as well on circuit, whipping out the DPS and showing proficiency on the Mei. And I think, we'll see if the Pangolins are going to lean more into that brawl style or go back to what works so well in Eichenwald with the dive. But I think that'll be all from me. I'll throw it back to the desk and we can get back into this game.
Yeah, thank you so much, Fish. That was a wonderful breakdown of Eichenwald for us, and that was such an exciting map with the Pangolins able to get their first one on the board. So, heading into the second half of this series, are there any adaptations anyone wants to see be made here?
Well, looking at the last two maps are going to be Push and Flashpoint, are going to be more open-ended maps compared to the ones we've seen so far. This Yakon Tracer might be a bit more of a problem here for these Lemurs.
Yeah, I think for me, I want to see more thought put into some of these bans here. I know we've seen some teasing going on in match chat about the bans, but I think if if the Lemurs really took a little bit more time to think about their bans, maybe make some more some smarter bans. I think we can definitely see a turnaround going in for the Lemurs here.
I think we need to see more Adam.
This is true.
Adam is
Dare
100%
I say
win
it?
rate. That's all
Adam
I'm saying.
was putting belt to ass on Ilios, and I think we need more of that. Bring that back. Bring back BTA.
Dang. We will see. I mean, Adam is, if I remember correctly, has to come in for this map because Adam has only played one of the first 3 maps, and the rule is 2 of the first 4. So Adam will be playing this map. We will see if Adam coming in can change the tides for the locked-in Lemurs. That would be quite the story here. But the bans are coming through for map number 4, so I believe we are going to call it here for the desk. Thank you, desk, for your thoughts as we send it back to our casters in just a moment with map number 4.
And welcome back, everybody, to Overwatch Clash Season 10, the BOON1E Bowl. Thank you so much for our desk and Fish for breaking down the action our first couple maps. And just like Spicy was saying, this is a heater, and you gotta think with these, Flashpoint Coliseum that's coming up here. Our next map is Coliseum, spoiler warning, but we're gonna get more of that brawly kind of style we probably saw on, Eichenwald, on Circuit Royale, and those were definitely our closest maps. And I'm thinking if these teams are playing like this, we could again go all the way to 7. I know you played in a map 8 last season, Corey. So I want kind of your perspective. You do have the most rings in Aurora, so let's go for history. Little flex for you on that one. In this situation, coming out of halftime, 2-1 series, what are these teams both thinking right now? Put yourself in their shoes if you were, I guess, on these teams.
If I'm on the Pangolins right now, I'm thinking, okay, we made good adaptations. We've won the last 2 maps. Let's keep doing what we're doing. And if I'm the Lemurs, I'm thinking back to map 1. I'm thinking back to my earlier playoff series. And I'm saying, okay, something's not working right now. They're, adapting to us. We got to return to what our bread and butter is, what we've been good at. And it's certainly not Mercy's End. Okay, we're swapping off that.
Oh, look, we're seeing the other side. Oh, we were seeing Cat bashing for a second, but it looks like Jack thinking better of it.
Yeah, basically what they're doing right now, they're putting out the exact same comp they ran at Ilios. It's just we know that worked.
Jack? Okay, there we go. Finally joined the fray. A couple seconds late there. We do have the Echo Mercy here back in the sky for the pulse of the Penguins. This team's bread and butter. But Nathan, not opting to play the Orisa here, was to go for the Zarya. And we're kind of seeing the adaptation without the Lucio speed or anything. It's tough for the Orisa to get in position to deal with the Sigma. But the Zarya can just be a little more passive and build the charge and kind of time their engage a little more around the cooldown of the Sigma. So we'll see what we go for here. Tempe on the Torbjorn turret already down here. Nathan using both bubbles but gets broken immediately, but has a turret. Yak finds an opening pick on the Adam. A great start for Pulse Ultra. As they're gonna get the pot and gonna start moving now, as Yak has full control. No chain to shut down Nathan's engagement here either as well. Tempe flying so low. Has to get with the team, will do so. Arc continues to hold the bot for now. Finally, not even a single meter gain just yet. We'll finally concede the space. As Pulse Ultra starting the good on the right foot here on their attack side. Missile down, a great again! Just a late stagger, estimated about 25 or so meters gain.
I do not think you can play the Brig on a map as open as this into the double beam comp. But again, they did ban Curie, so maybe Juno?
I think Juno's probably your answer, because you want to speed in, or at least disengage a little bit easier with the speed ring as well. There's just nothing that the Brig's really shutting down in terms of like hard engages or whiplashes. What are you going to really do here except for send some packs the team's way? Because you're not really playing, you're playing a spammy comp, but you're not really playing for the spam on Coliseum, if it makes any sense here. Nice little rock though.
Big rock.
I know you saw that. Watch me rock this blank. Yeet, we all know that clip. But anyway, Power finding Adam. And now Nathan high charge on the point, getting the healing here from Jack. Already with no hope in sight, and Par shutting this fight down, and the Pulse Ultra Penguins out of the halftime break have not slowed down from the Circuit Royale at all, as they're walking down Lemurs on their map pick, might we add.
I'm scratching my head a little bit here. If you're
Reinhardt?
If you're the Lemurs, you know you have map pick, you know Adam is to come in on your team, and you know TC is to come in on their team. I would pick something that is a bit more close quartered than Coliseum, honestly. You're gonna
pick your favorite Flashpoint map, honestly, like a New Junk City or something, however you want to play it. But going for it here, checkpoint already gained for Pulse Ultra. Hiding from Netflix on a bit of flank here, finds Pokemon guy, and best again, the Kankai Sanctuary here as well is going to be Adam. The May duplicate here from Yak, trying to build a free Blizzard, but not going to get just out in time. Pokemon guy though gets res back up. And there's still an even exchange here. Orange walking on in, hitting him with the hammer as possibly hard as they can. But Jack, with the healing, is simply too goated. They can't break through, and Nathan just gets pushed into Adam and finds a pick with the right click. They brought this back somehow. Pulse Ultra had not had the numbers, and they have the kills they need. Mistletoe with the speedrun trying to get in and out of this bot, but Canopy shut down, finding power, not going to be nearly enough. Jack whips out the pistol. The Glock 9000, not going to be enough as Nathan steals the final blow. And they're going to get the res up, so they have 5 on point. Like you said, 2 reses in 1 fight, and they get more meterage? The Pangolins are looking stellar.
I think you really need to go for this Mercy. And I know we've been like beating a dead horse here with the Penguins at the end of the season, but really isolating this Mercy is the way to go. You saw how they were just able to get a full yellow beam onto Nathan and
The Blizzard finds nobody! It finds nobody, and the kills are coming the way of the Bloodthorn Pangolins! The Lemurs are absolutely the antithesis of Locked In! These guys are trolling! I can't believe what I'm witnessing! That's gotta be a swap from Tanapy because this looks to be a full cap and record time on Coliseo as Jack is hitting the squats in the corner.
something's fishy here.
And we're not talking about the halftime show. Anyway.
Something, I don't know, like, this was just a horrendous miscalculation by the Lemurs. You have basically the puzzle pieces set up for you.
Oh! It is a two-man shatter here from Ori, but nobody's going to follow up, so no kills come out of it. And now Yak with yet another duplicate online. Nesquick shut down on the TP as Para still has the high ground control. Get the DPS for the Penguins that flipped the map and found the kills! They've got 3 right now! It's just Tanapy, and they got no chance in this fight! The Valkyrie from Jack, the wings are not clipped, the Glock is unleashed! Going in the spawn, hitting the hellos at him! The Lemurs have got nothing in the tank anymore, and here comes the desperation swaps on the Zarya onto the Sierra, but now Nessus goes on in with the bubble, but nowhere near any ultimates here for the side. Duplicate onto Yak and finds the kill to Adam, but they can build the nano boost! Yak comes out looking for another pick on a mistletoe. The sleep on the June in the backline. This Ana from Yak is going ballistic right now. They can't stop him. And Riku, it just melted down. And now Nesquik is ready from on point, but no HP to speak of. And that's just going to be the map right there. And Pulse Ultra Pangolins are 1 map away from stealing themselves a trophy and setting themselves as #1.
Victory.
Goodness. I don't know how many.
That's just brutal.
Metaphors to say it. They just like did not think about this map. It was their pick, and they had all. They knew who was coming in. They knew who was playing what. And I don't know why they. I believe if I check the records, I believe the Penguins are like 1 in 3 on Coliseo or something like that. Maybe that's why they picked it. But like again, like you were saying at the start of the map, I've been in 5 finals in this league. You can't, if you only pick about what the other team is bad at, it's gonna come back to bite you because you need to pick what you're good at. It doesn't matter, you know, if the other team is bad at it, if you've like never played it, or if you're also bad at it, you know? And immediately go to New York City.
We immediately go to New York City. What those bands are going to be, you have to wait and see Osiris break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. The Pulse Ultra Penguins are 1 map away from seeing themselves a Grand Finals victory. The promised champions, #1 seed all the entire season, looking to end the Cinderella story of the locked-in Lemurs. Do they have it in them in New York City? We'll have to wait and see on the Osiris break. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, everybody, to Overwatch Clash Season 10, the BOON1E Bowl, the Grand Finals. This could be our final map of the season. You hate to see it. With how close these maps have been, Core, it'd be a shame for us to end in 5, but the Pangolins are showing us why they are the #1 overall team in this league so far this season, and looking to cement their legacy at the top. And we gotta say, though, in the break, we looked back at Nathan's stream, and my man is wearing a full suit and playing Overwatch right now. He dressed for a funeral, just not his.
Yeah, I checked out Nathan's stream because I saw his little Discord was purple or whatever, and yeah, he's wearing a suit and a tie, and he's playing this well while doing it. Oh, okay. I'm hearing that maybe
no, don't say it. Don't say it. It's way more aura if just wears it for the match.
His office is actually
his office is the Overwatch scrim lobby. His office is an Overwatch custom games because he's putting in the work right now.
Down to ring, tank breath, but any role.
Down to ring, tank breath, but can every role.
Yeah.
Anyway, now we finally, the first time we've seen the Nathan Orisa action this entire series, over this victory hero this entire season. And now Tampy will go over onto the on-run here with the Maybeam band here on New Junk City. Horror 1HP, Tampy finds opening pick. Of course, on-run receiving those buffs in the patch as well, getting that little ability cooldown restriction removed after the mobility, but Yak just shuts that down, a nice beam. Adam kind of caught out here a little bit. Pokemon guy exchange. A lot of trades going here, but looks like right now Lemurs are in control at this point for now. Jack finding very little bit of nice little use of the movement tech to jump over that Coliseum wall. But first point flip will go the way of locked in Lemurs, but the picks are not in their favor. Bilto's already down here. Both the ports die to the what? They just went off the power of Slorb. Bro just took that on point. They just threw it at the big shiny button.
And Nathan was on the other side shooting them, and then they walked at the backside, but Paro was coming back from spawn, I believe. And just, yeah, hit the Slorb. Bit questionable. They're not really going for the Mercy as a unit. I feel like that's very easy to kill, especially when you're down.
I've taking a lot. These supports are taking a lot of poke damage here from Power on the side. They're trying to find anything at the Peacekeeper, trying to bring it back, but a nice duplicate here from Yak onto Ramatra. 2-for-2 exchange on the terms of the kills here, but Adam 1 HP and now the double tank. Nathan Yak find 4, just Nesquix gets Jax, but that's going to be 3 for Nathan and 2 for Yak. Nesquix is trying, man. What can we say? They have a lot of ults here, though, for the side locking Lemurs. Jack with just the Valkyrie online, only ult for Pulse Ultra. Maybe a bit of overinvestment there at the end of the day if you're not able to win this fight out. CSI approaches one Valkyrie out from Jack early, push things back with the help of that damage beam in Nathan's face. This game punched and pulled back. 94% on the point here and counting. Who's going? Boy! You invested 3 to hold my.
That was some fine work.
Only two, right?
Only 2. Yay!
I guess they couldn't hear me, but I was telling them to touch the point.
You have a Kiri and a Lucio and an on-run.
I feel like that's definitely the Lucio's job, especially with no beat.
All right, Yak down. Good start here for locked in Lemurs. A little bit of a bounce back. After forgetting that Overwatch is an objective-based game released in the year 2016 by Blizzard, but looks like old point here. Flip early once again for locked in Lemurs, as with Yak down. Also, the Penguins deciding to evacuate the premises and try to stay alive. Jack is able to get away with the help of that movement tech on the side, and now we have a split approach. Both these teams. Their Kitsune rushes are here, but that's going to be horrifying. Mistletoe in the Kitsune rush shuts that down. Tampy is deep behind enemy lines, taking on the Echo and Mercy by themselves, and they're still both Qs have been exchanged. Adam investing in this beat here to really solidify the fight. They are going to do so. 3 ults for the side of the Baltimore Penguins in exchange for 3 on the other side. Perfectly balanced.
Ari was a sliver of health there, and the beat was pretty necessary. But I want to know why Tannic Beat keeps going for Yak. When it's Yak and Jack together, why not you go for the Mercy?
Oh, Tampy's 1 HP. That's good. Suzu was forced out early though. This could be the go button now for Pulse Ultra if they recognize the cool that was missing. Wait,
yeah,
why is Jack on Moira? Why is Jack on Moira? Okay, whatever. We made the swaps here, going in deep in the back line now. It's gonna be Ori. And both my guys down. Yak will get touch on this Tracer, but the numbers not favoring his squad. As just the DPS. It looks like Yak will go in and die. It's gonna be a 1-1 change. I'm just questioning this Moira swap. Like
is already deadlifting this map, and you go Tracer into it? It's interesting. And off the Mercy. Okay, at least they're on Juno now.
Yeah, Juno's much better. I like the Juno a lot more. But they're going to be walking into High Noon, into Annihilation, and they have nothing on their side because of these late swaps and sort of awkward exchanges here. This could be locked in. Lemurs taking a second point on New Junk City if they're not careful. Nathan's trying to hold a bit of space right now, but we'll be backing up momentarily, looking for his coolers to be coming back online. Goes in deep with the spin, looks for a pick on a Mistletoe. High Noon from Nesquik. Doesn't find anything. Annihilation in the back line, though, from Ori finding Jack. It's going to be 1 point exchange on the point as Yak and Nathan have gone in deep in the back line. And the Annihilation really finding, the Annihilation and High Noon finding really nothing for their troubles, and they just get the point here. The Pulsar to Pangolins making it work down almost down the numbers at the beginning, and this somehow brings back in their favor Yak finding Mistletoe. This could just be a devastating fight loss. It doesn't matter. It's a 2v4 on the point. Now Riku just... Oh, they're going to stagger out the... Just a little bit. Misses the spawn wave. And now they build some ultimates. They have 4 ultimates that go in this fight. They had none going into that one and still win it.
Not much to say. I mean, a lot of ults coming up for the Lemurs, but almost 5 on the Penguins as well. Probably look for a big ult fight here. Hara's kind of caught out though. Tansky trying to come on back and reset. I think the key here is Nesquik's getting
Yak could be on the hunt here for the pulse bomb, looking for Mistletoe most likely. Pokemon guy 1T4 shoots Suzu will survive. Yak died to their own pulse bomb. He got one, but not the one they really wanted here. Par though with the overclock finding a second spot. Both sports have fallen apart right now. Ori is getting melted in the back line. Tampy will get one on the exchange here. Hold on, it's definitely doable. Your Pokemon guy 1 HP, but Nathan is there. They don't
Lord.
I mean, it was 10 against 3, so not nearly as bad as the first point, but still. Unfortunate there. And now the Pangolins.
They're 1 point away from losing the finals.
And Tempe makes a swap off the on-run over on the Torbjorn now that Yak is on the Tracer. Trying to bring this back here for the squad. They do have both almost ready to go, but both portals on the other side ready to be unleashed at a moment's notice. Flashpoint not quite open just yet, but again, this turret has put in some work. We need another LeBron James Ilias performance, or else Greg Sadamas is right and we're all fools for believing a second map would fall the way of the Lemurs. We have the Casino Rush exchange here on the point. Early use from Missile. Missile 1 HP. Somehow Missile survives in all this chaos, but TP's into 3 and will fall. It is still a 2-for-1 advantage now for locked-in Lemurs as Yak is 1 HP, forced to retreat for now. Nesquik is not much better for wear here. One Pokemon guy down. This has to be the Lemurs fight to win. It is 4v2 on the point. It is Yak and Nathan after all, but it's just Yak now and forced to retreat. And Nesquik hits him with a little flashbang to get a red pack spawn. And Yak missed the spawn wave.
I'm gonna say something here. I don't like the Mistletoe Kiri with the Adam Lucio. I think if it's in their hero pool, I think the beneficial comp here would be Mistletoe, Juno, Adam Kiri, but I'm not sure if Adam plays Kiri or if they even like it.
Yeah, not sure. I mean, Ori's going deep, but just finds Pokemon guy at the back is walking forward. The override out from Jack on the point here is just going to be for nothing, as Ari has found 2. And Annihilation will find potentially another. Cool, we got Tanakby, but they're just going to stagger out their Rissa a little bit here. Jack back off over on towards the Mercy. Does Tanakby swap now that Yak is back over on towards the Echo? We'll stick out for now. The Torbjorn, Close and Core. Beat still online here for Adam.
I think you stay. Just the extra chunk damage is so good. 350 HP. I would love the beam better. Just keep LeBron safe, you know.
Keep LeBron standing here at 95%. They are going to get a touch. Pokemon guy dead again early here. They're finding the pick over on towards the Kiriko. Adam is a 4-man pulse or whole man beat as well. Nathan on the point, but the numbers are not going their way. It's just going to be the Rissa on point. The solo horse getting sent straight to the glue factory from Adam with the headshots. And now we're at 2-2, and Lemurs have some life in this map, and let alone this series. as they brought back, and now support had the defense almost to bring it back on this last point of New Junk City.
I really like the aggression showed by Aura here.
Noticing there's no other support, right?
Yeah. Able to give Nesquik so much more space. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of liking right now.
No, I'm good. Yak is 1 HP though. Misto just barely escapes. Never mind. Power hits the mid-air shot and takes the Kiriko out of the sky. Jackson off the map by the Nano Swarm. But that might be all they're going to get here for the side of locked-in Lemurs, as Nathan is strong on this point with a second tank at their back. That'll be the first flip going the way of the Pangolins, and to win that one with just the Echo duplicate is massive for them here.
Did they even have to dupe though? I don't know. But regardless, only one ult. Can't be too mad. There will be the test here of who can hold their ults, especially on the Penguins, because you are up to point
Right, it's falling very low, but Nathan, half HP Forest, uses Spear and Spin to get out, but will get stabilized on the point. Nesquik's with High Noon here, looking for a pick, looking for anyone on the other side. But Nathan...
Tanic being taken out first. Adam as well followed up. Just Nesquik left, will fall off the map. And we're looking at one fight left here, folks. Still have only Curie ult, maybe Valkyrie coming up in this fight. For the Pangolins, but you're gonna have to touch though. It's 85%. I think Tanic will have it on the honor on swap, but yes, he will.
Hello? I'm back! They do get the flip here, but it's just gonna be over nothing as the picks are going their way for the Pulse Ultra Pangolins. And this might just be the series, this might just be the season. And this is the story of how we all became the world's #1 team in Aurora. The Pulse Ultra Pangolins will win the finals in 4 and send us in 5, with a score of 4. Never mind, they don't care. They got the ring, and they got the backup of the #1 seed. And all that smack talking has been proven correct, as they finally overcame the mountain and sent the Lemurs straight packing.
Really dominant turnaround from the Penguins. They adapted. They had awesome map bans. Map bans, hero bans. I'm trying to say. In response, I believe that was 4 straight map wins, and
Greg Stradamus, what can we say? Greg Stradamus strikes again.
Yeah, Greg had it perfect, 4-1. But unfortunately, we saw the Lemurs just weren't able to kind of capture that map 1 magic that they had again, and they were just not converting picks onto the kind of more shaky backline with the Mercy. And I believe that was, 3 maps they played Mercy on? So maybe that's the secret sauce. But yeah, like you were saying, not entirely unexpected. They were the #1 seed, but definitely made it interesting after the first map. Maybe had to get that 1 map out of the way, lock back in as the Lemurs tried to do in their namesake, but ultimately it's the Pangolins taking this 4-1.
And before my mic tries to cut out for a third time here in the last 10 minutes, we'll go ahead and send ourselves back towards the desk to break down the finals here. Congratulations to both locked-in Lemurs for a good season, but for the Pulse Ultra Penguins taking home the W. And we will see you guys next season. And make sure, of course, to stay tuned for the big announcement after the grand finals post-game show desk. But we'll send them on back. For Corey, I've been BOON1E. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a great stream, buddy, and we'll see you all in Season 11.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the desk after our wonderful grand finals. Congratulations to the Plus Ultra Pangolins, the winners of Aurora Overwatch Clash Season 10. I'm Greg. I'm joined by Spicy, Paradox, and Wind, and we have a Finals MVP award to give out tonight. I think there was a lot of great performers of the Plus Ultra Pangolins, but I believe you guys said you've already discussed who you think the Finals MVP is, so who are we giving it to?
Unanimously here. We have voted
unanimously.
Yak Attack. 77.
Yep.
Just Yak. Yak owned the series, I fear.
It was simply just the Yak theory the entire series.
Yeah, I mean, what a player, what a performance. The Echo was consistently great across the entire series. The Lemurs were running some absolute I hate Tracer comps, so we didn't see as much Yak Tracer. We know that's a demon pick of his, but it wasn't coming out as often. But I mean, we did see it a couple of times. Still a very scary pick, but I really felt like it was the Echo that was making the huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
And the tank. When did Yak have a Ramatra? Before playoffs?
I think for playoffs, I don't think he's shown it at all, but he did play it versus or at least it could be in scrims or such, but he did pull it out, I think for the first time versus Spectres. I don't know if they did it versus the Firebenders at all, but
yeah,
the
I
first
remember
time
it from the Spectres
was the
game.
Spectres on New Junk City.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, a great look for the Pangolins. I think it was a huge part of their win on Circuit Royale.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to Yak, the Finals MVP. And so, yeah, very impressive performance from everyone around the teams, though, and condolences to the Locked-In Lemurs. So what did we think about that game? What did we think the Pangolins did that got them over the line here?
I think the bans were exceptionally well. All right, you could go first. Go for it.
For me personally, I think it's less of what the Pangolins did well and what the Lemurs did poorly. I think Lemurs had some questionable ult fights there, and most of their maps. A lot of their fight losses came from just poor use of resources, and also their bans. Just until I saw that Zarya ban on New Junk City.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of their bans were as thought out as they probably could have been.
Yeah, a quick rundown of the bans again. It was the Lemurs started with an Echo ban and then did Mercy, Emra, Kiriko, Zarya. I really like that Echo ban on Ilios as well. I think the Echo ban was a huge part of why Ilios was their one map win. Echo could have done a lot to break that bunker, but instead Yak was on Tracer into Cass and Torb, who were standing on each other.
I think the Emre ban was also a good pick on Circuit Royale because we all know Para is very fond of this Emre, and they're maybe having Nesquix play the Freya, which they did. So I just don't think they expected Yak to walk out on a Ram on the map. So
yeah, that curveball helped the Pangolins so much. Both times they pulled it out. Really nice new composition they learned late into the season. Yeah, they did a lot of comps that and map picks in the playoffs that I don't remember them doing in the regular season. I think that's in some ways part of the reason they had so many competitive series on the way here, but I think it also helped give them an edge in some really important games against the Spectres and here in the grand finals. We saw blank on the Mizuki. I don't think we saw that during the regular season at all. We saw Colosseo multiple times, which was not a common pick for them in the regular season either. Just a lot of Eichenwald became their hybrid pick. That was not their hybrid pick in the regular season was King's Row usually. So a lot of changes to their comps and map picks into the playoffs, and those changes really paid dividends here in the grand finals.
Indeed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think it was just like Yak carried the Pangolins over the finish line, but it kind of felt like the Lemurs were pulling themselves back from the finish line instead of trying to cross it. A lot of the times, just Tanic on Onron. I can't.
We don't mess with Onron here.
I mess with Onron.
I think also. I think also part of that was like, especially in the first half of the series, the Lemurs' insistence on the Sigma Mizuki Brig lineup. They like on maps that you, or like at moments that you wouldn't really expect, because that lineup is really good into dive tanks and really good into like very fast comps, and you're playing that on maps like Eichenwald First Point, on Colosseo. You're not really you really shouldn't be expecting dive or fast play on maps like that.
Yeah.
And also just against the Pangolins, especially, like, they're not really a dive team like that. I mean, like, we saw Nathan pull out the Winston, but both teams are teams that play, like, pretty slow most of the time, so
Yeah.
I think as soon as we saw them pulling out the Zarya every map, I think we should have pivoted off the Sig, but...
Yeah, understandable. Is there anyone on the Lemurs that we do want to shout out, though, and give some credit to for that game? Because I do think they still had some good performers on their side of things.
Mistletoe looked pretty good, especially on circuit after the Lemurs attack on first point, where the only ultimate online was going to be Mistletoe's ult, I think, for the Lemurs, and they were able to fully capture the first objective there on their attack. Looked pretty good. So I do want to give a shout out to Mistletoe, especially for these following maps. Looked pretty good for their SR as well. So that's one person I'd give a shout out to.
Yeah, for sure. We are all Mistletoe fans in Aurora.
For me, I have to say Ness. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, for sure.
Ness was a freak.
Yeah, I mean, that's that champ hit scan player.
Yeah, that is what you expect from your champ hit scan player, but, you know, I still think they did well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think for me, I just have to shout out the whole Lemurs backline. I think the Lemurs backline did dividends for their whole performance, like all season. Like Adam just being this like the sneaky goat on Mizuki. Like, who knew? Mistletoe just being like the sleeper pick and everything, and then Seikana coming in and just like we saw it on circuit. Seikana winning multiple 1v1s against Para on that Sojourn.
Yeah,
as Kiri. Like, I think the support line for all three of them for the Lemurs was just really good.
For sure. Yeah, a lot of very good players on those supports, and great SR values as well out there.
Absolutely.
So
I think Ari, specifically on second point of circuit, deserves his flowers.
Kind of with Thanos. Kind of did.
Kind of Tianos, I agree.
Yep.
Very nice. Well, I think that was a really fun match, and once again, want to give congratulations to the Plus Ultra Pangolins. So, last thing though, Spicy, do you want to tell us a bit about the off-season tournament you're going to be running for, Aurora, coming up?
Yeah, I can. So as you guys may or may not remember, back early in May, I announced an upcoming Deadlock tournament coming up for the off season. It's open to anyone and everyone in the server. Yeah, all ranks welcome, all skill levels welcome, and it'll still ironing out some kinks here and there, debating about like format and stuff, but keep an eye out on the announcements, and we'll be sending out the signups very, very shortly, so stay tuned to that. And also, I know Season 10 just ended, but Season 11 signups gonna be live soon. So that's also another thing to keep an eye out for.
For sure. Everyone, be sure to keep an eye out for those Season 11 signups. Don't want to get left on the waiting list. So, keep an eye out for that. Try to get in your name on those signups. Don't get left out. I hope everyone enjoyed Aurora Overwatch Clash Season 10. Is there anything anyone would like to say before we sign off here?
No.
GG's, everyone.
GG's.
All right. And with that, that will be it for us here on the desk. But we do have one more special announcement from the admin team of Aurora. So please stick with us for just another moment. And watch this.
He's so low. Artie, if he builds up this ult, it could be winnable, but the Diva's alive. Kevin Toyota's there. He's keeping his team alive. Roll! Artie!
Slides in. Take your wall against a third. Take it forward.
They might have lost this map. The Raiders are still in this game.
Wall is going insane.
BOON1E gets the pin too. And Shatter's huge slam for him. BOON1E single-handedly gets the 5K and carries that fight.